All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome! Good evening, good afternoon, good morning for some of you. How are you guys doing? Welcome to episode 15, I believe, of the Northern Winds. Good to have you. If you're new here, buckle up. If you are a returning viewer, you're awesome. Thank you. Exciting episode tonight. No real announcements we have to make yet. But, I guess we'll just get right to it and show you these beautiful people that I am joined by. Hi.
Hi.
What up?
What up?
What up?
What are you guys doing?
What up? Oh, you know, just I got a wicked coffee in my D&D mug. This is my mug I like for D&D.
Oh my god,
It's pretty badass.
so nice.
It's like straight up like nice and it's I like it. It's mine.
It is.
Praise the sun. Praise the sun.
Yeah. So I'm ready. I can't wait to hit things and rage. I'm so excited.
Thanks and Rich.
I got my ready. I'm
all right.
practicing all week.
All right.
Unfortunately, there will be no combat this session.
Damn, you didn't get
God
that?
damn it.
I would like to rage and persuade somebody aggressively. Right? All
Are there
right.
any arm wrestling competitions in town this week? I need to do those.
No combat is the ideal session for me, really, because I won't die, and I'll be able to wander around persuading people.
Use your godlike
It's like
ability.
I'm gonna persuade you and you. Oh, here's my plus
You know,
7. Da-ding.
In all fairness, like bards, as far as charisma characters go, I feel like bard are one of the ones that would survive quite easily. Paladin being probably the better bet. But besides metagaming, let us do what we always do at the beginning, some introduction, and let's start with Strongwalker, Bobby.
What's up, everybody? I'm Bobby, Ironchefbobbyflail. I'm a GTA 5 streamer. I'm because that's all I stream. I honestly tried to play The Division the other day, and it just didn't work. It was just like,
Wait, what didn't work about it?
there was an issue with CPU optimization with OBS and that game where it runs on the same cores. So it would always max out my CPU to 100% whenever I tried to stream it, even if I set it to like 720 at low. I got a beefy computer, but it would just max. It was just not good, so I couldn't play it. So even if I tried to be something more variety, but even still, nothing but GTA.
GTA just draws you in.
It's like, come back to me, you're mine. I'm just like, okay. I don't really mind because I actually like the game, so it's not the worst thing. But yeah, I'm so ready to go for this tonight. I've been flat out with the partner spotlight, but I cannot wait. I also managed. We got a nice little shout out. I managed to squeeze in a shout out for the show during their Twitch Weekly thing. So hopefully we get some people coming in today and be like, "Hey, buding! I can't wait for some roleplay."
Twitch
Maybe- I don't
Weekly
think
or
it's
Twitch Partner Spotlight?
Twitch Weekly on the actual shout out.
They are aware. We are
They're
growing.
aware. They're aware.
Hey Twitch,
So-
how you doing? Hi. How you doing?
I'll be the finger gun guy.
Let's
We
rub
need
elbows.
to do like synchronized. We need to do like synchronized winks or something.
No.
Synchronized winks and finger
No.
guns.
No.
Come on.
No, this is a serious roleplay campaign. God damn it!
Is shutting this shit down.
I'm shutting it down. As a DM, I have that strength. Talking about having strength. Actually, no, Bobby's already gone. He's the barbarian. Never
You
mind.
realize?
I just realized. Let's see, who is the strength character? No, they're all three casters with abysmal fucking strength scores. Actually, it would make sense in a more like an ironic kind of like ironic nickname way. So, talking about fun people, Mort, what's up? How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm good. I'm
Okay.
wonderful. I'm here. I'm excited. I like Mort a lot, and I did his backstory today for everybody. Not today, but the other day for everybody watching. I don't know if Ace read through it, but there's some fun things in that. I'm super excited. But I'm always excited for this, and I'm essentially a Dungeons and Dragons streamer. That's my life now. I'm making the switch from 5th edition, which I still do currently a lot. Like 4 times a week I'm playing games. I'm going like full zombie. I'm going like Walking Dead Apocalypse World Engine is my next dig, and then I'm going to go Pirates, and then my next plan is to bring Survivor, the reality show, Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, really?
Oh my god.
My goal for that, I'm not even shitting you, is I'm going to put like $100 to the winner, and it's straight up, it's going to be the same way. I'm going to vote someone out.
We
Yeah.
Can you like make it so that the players have to pick from a specific character throughout the whole list of Survivor and pick based on their characteristics?
Oh man,
because there's
like,
so many people.
like
That'd be so easy to
300
do.
people.
I know. Well, because like I want to pick some for like the first or second season, like when like the
It would be you would make your own character, and then
I can say he was in season 4 when
then
they were.
you could vote out Whack, and then Whack would.
Really?
That's how
Me and Whack, we'd make a pact, and then at the end, and then
I'm sorry. Who's got the highest level character here right now?
Okay, well,
Who is still more powerful than you?
who's literally God?
Oh,
jeez, I guess
also +5 charisma, ladies and gentlemen. +5 charisma. Eat your Who can't hit his Eldritch Blast for shit every single episode ever? Your level means shit if you can't hit anything.
That shot that makes Davrick sad.
Still highest level.
if
He was
only-
still technically correct.
Yeah, but nonetheless though, who definitely can hit his shit though. What's up, Chitin? Mr. Brad?
Hello, it's me, Chitin. I went jack of all trades last week as well, so all of my skills were improved by 1 at this point. So somehow I got slightly stronger. So maybe you should have come to me when you were like, "Who's the strongest of them all?" Chitin Vale.
Chitin's been working out.
Apparently, after his duel with the Yeti, he got stronger physically somehow. But me, what?
That's technically correct because you got an additional point in both athletics and.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Yeah, so I climbed up that mountain, right, which was a decent workout for poor little skinny Chitin. But me, I'm Brad Woto. I'm an old YouTuber. Ooh, old YouTuber from way back in the day when YouTube wasn't a disgusting broken platform. And I jumped ship, and now I'm over here on Twitch doing some D&D mostly on my channel. Haven't done a lot this week, so I'm pumped to actually play some. My D&D this week have been 2 of my 3 shows were just bullshit. Well, I pulled out of my ass like 5 minutes before because we had people that weren't in it and stuff like that.
What was the frog thing?
Yeah, like, so I needed to do something because one of my players was in LA and the other one, my girlfriend, was busy doing work. So I was like, fuck. So I found all this shit that I'd made up before, and it was literally just about a frog knight who found these 3 other characters. They were like level 2, and he was just the frog from Chrono Trigger that I was like, yeah, he's in it. And it was just a flashback, like a fable. Sometimes when there's no one in it, I just have a character, like an NPC, tell a story to a bunch of kids, and then the guys play that one shot out. But yeah, I pulled it out of my ass real quick.
It was all
like I just made up something.
There was like bullywugs, and they like severed the limbs of one of them.
Yeah, they were like fighting a frog catcher, and then they fought a dragon. The dragon was sort of an NPC that showed up in my world before, so it was sort of the origin story of this dragon that's in it. But mostly it was just a load of shit that I did just because I hadn't done anything all week and I wanted to put something on the channel kind of thing. So I was like, just a bit of fun. So I kind of, 2 of my shows were just a stupid bit of fun, and then 1 just wasn't on. So I'm up to actually, like, I'm like here, like, yeah, can we play some fucking D&D, please? Some cool D&D.
Can we please?
Oh God!
What a roleplay.
Well, no, here if you're here, you're getting your fix, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm also I'm not a super noob this week. You know, I've done a week, and I'm now
warmed up.
I'm part.
You lasted longer than Jean-Claude, so congratulations.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's good enough.
Nobody lasts as long as Jean-Claude.
Never even got to meet Jean-Claude, like at all. Well, I
Miss you.
met him now.
There he is.
Hey, John.
He's long forgotten. Long forgotten. Who are we talking about again? Anyway, talking about talking. Ozzy, what's up?
He doesn't even try.
Where's that segue gif, man? Come on. We need that.
I like that one. That was good.
We need
What?
it.
You're a charisma character just because your charisma stat is only +2, another +5. Look.
See, Brad. See what you did, Brad.
I didn't
See
realize
what you did, Brad.
I'm still a bit of a noob. I didn't realize it was supposed to be me. I always hand it back to the host of the show. I didn't realize that we weren't doing TV rules. We were doing these new funky New Age 2016 Twitch live show rules. Sorry.
We all had good. Did you not get your segue in the mail last week?
No, I didn't. Hang on, it's got to be around
No,
here somewhere.
it's
hand off to Ozzy. I get it.
With,
Sorry.
with anybody with the way fucking luck has been going for those kinds of companies, it'd probably explode on the plane ride over. So don't worry too much about it.
Anyway, here's Wacksteven, the best voice in the biz.
Yeah, I wish. Hey everybody, what's going
Me
on?
too.
I'm Wacksteven. Thanks, Ace. You are such a fantastic human being and a great person tonight. I'm
We're all gonna
totally,
die.
I'm
This is
totally
payback.
looking forward to the
This-
show.
This is payback for the pre-show shit.
Yeah, I'm Wacksteven. I do a whole lot of the role play type stuff. If you guys are interested in checking those things out, I'm at Twitch TV/Wacksteven. And on Twitter at Wacksteven, which coincidentally is where you can find the trailer for the latest D&D show that's going to be coming out soon with a bunch of these guys, Ace, Bobby, Swargula. Brad's not cool enough. He'll
No, apparently I'm
he
not cool
just-
enough.
Yeah,
But I didn't get the memo, right? That's
No, he's gonna help. He helps me edit the videos and make suggestions. That's all. He just does all the work.
and the proofer.
Yeah, you can check that out on the old Twitter. I got it pinned at the top there if you want to check out the new series that's going to be coming out called Blood and Mist. We're going to be doing D&D 5th edition Ravenloft type stuff. It's going to be good shit. I'm looking forward to it. I've put in an insane amount of work in it so far, so it's going to be good. And I'm ready to roleplay tonight. Ready to roleplay some Ozzy, some emo halfling warlock action.
All
I
right.
can't picture you without the hair anymore.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's really weird. Like I saw a
Wait.
picture of Chris the other day without his hair. Like I'd like have to do a double take for a moment, right?
Wait till you see me for the new show.
Oh, you have a wig?
Oh yeah, it's just costume.
Oh!
It's gonna be good shit.
I'm gonna cosplay as a white boy.
I'm gonna be a ginger.
Can you hear that? That's the sound of all the viewers leaving. Anyway, are you guys ready to get into things? Are you guys ready to get into things and such?
Always.
Sure, why not?
Oh yeah.
All right. So before we dive in, let's do a quick recap of what has happened most recently. Davrick's passing was unexpected, unfortunate, but a fact that we now have to live with. Our adventurers that were present are dealing with it and have mourned or are still mourning in their own unique ways. But shortly after that day of that unfortunate event, a new shipment arrived. A rare sight, but nonetheless a known sight, which brought new supplies to the city, some other unclassified items, very much like the new magic items in the store and such that our adventurers now can purchase, but also some new faces, and one of these faces is of course the towering barbarian Goliath, which has joined the adventurers that were already busy in the city of Emerald most recently, as they went out to slay a supposed beast with white fur that walked on two legs. And once they reached the mountaintop, it became quickly known that it was a yeti that they took care of quite easy, if I may add and press that they took care of it easily, of a yeti. They did, and brought it back for a sum of money. After trying some magic to perhaps get a little bit more out of it, which didn't quite work, but nonetheless, they got paid, and a new day rises. Alright. You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Alright.
I have a quick question.
Alright, quick
Does
question.
does that mountain have a name?
Nope, not yet.
The mountain that we climbed. Okay.
No.
Can we name it?
That's one of the things that the players can indeed do. But we'll get to that in just a second. Because, you know, one of the missions that was set out, that this particular settlement was set out, just to chart new lands, and, well, due to unfortunate events, a lot of charting has not been done. So, finders keepers, I guess. So let's see. It's first light. Our four adventurers wake and they find themselves in due time in the Resting Storm Inn, seeking out warmth, breakfast, and familiar faces. Other villagers are here as well, perhaps doing much of the same, as this day seems to start at the same as any other day. However, something makes you feel that new horizons are near. What is it you guys do after finding yourself in the inn, if that is indeed where you are?
Well, I got up early. Strongwalker's typically an early riser, so his tribe usually goes to just like a zoom out back with his tribe. They usually go to sleep with the sun for the most part, so he's used to going to bed fairly early. So he's up pretty early, and the horns that he took from the Yeti, like he ripped basically the two horns out of the skull of the Yeti, which head was split open, just sort of popped out. I'm sort of like picking all the gore off of them and cleaning them off. I'm just sitting up in my room, just picking off all the stuff and clean up the Yeti horns, and I'm just staying up there for the while doing that.
All right. Everybody else is just enjoying breakfast.
So is this
no.
the next day?
This is indeed just the next day, indeed.
Ozzy does not look great. His fringe is drooping. It's seriously drooping. He hasn't dyed it in a long time, since the passing of Daverick. He's basically like in his fur cloak and just like wrapped himself up. You know when you get like really sick and like you just like trudge around the house with a blanket around you? That's kind of what Ozzy's doing. Like he's just like walking basically out of his room in the tavern, like just to get food, like on occasion. And he looks like he's got like a puffy red face, like he's been crying. And he'll like come down the stairs, and he'll just be like, breakfast.
Yeah, breakfast is indeed served quite quickly, luckily enough. Ian doesn't say much. He understands the situation after becoming aware of it, so you get your breakfast quite easily, and you can find a table, as most of it is open. Chitin, you have been going on a bit of a shopping spree lately, so what have you been up to the last 24 hours?
Yeah, Chitin went and bought a few sheets of paper. He also bought a bow because he was quite inspired by Liara on the last sort of adventure. And I guess he spent most of last night and probably the very, very beginning of this morning eating, because he likes to get a good meal when he has food, because sometimes he doesn't have enough money for food, so he doesn't eat. So when he does eat, he makes sure that he gets good food. And then I guess he probably would have finished writing his song down. That's why he went and bought the paper. And he's just putting the finishing touches, I guess, to the song that he wrote. I've called it, or Chitin has called it, the Snow Beast of the Mountain Amarok. And it is literally just a song / tale of the previous adventure, naming foremost Strongwalker and Liara as the sort of heroes, and then mentioning Mort and himself to a degree as supporting cast kind of thing. But the finishing blows and the whole the thing crescendos to the point where Liara fires an arrow into his eye and Strongwalker sort of deals the finishing blow. And then, that's his plan, is to write that down onto a few sheets of paper, send them out, and then sing them around the town as well for people that come in to the inn and the port and stuff to, spread the word.
The bard has been hard at work, as expected. And
yeah,
Mort,
so he's probably eating breakfast at the moment, in a corner, back to the wall. Generally, his new bow proudly sat up one side of the table while he quietly eats food and goes over the notes of one or two of his sheets of paper that he's used.
All right. And what has Mort been doing?
Upon returning back, Mort is set up in like a corner table on the main floor of the tavern, spread all of his parchments around, like onto the wall, kind of like tack them into the wall a little bit. Has his black leather-bound book up on the table, and he is recalling the maps, the travel, the trail, everything that he's used along the way, all the weird plants that he's never seen before. Doing his best to rename them, and even as like Chiton comes in, Mort kind of goes, Mort like sees Chiton like come into the tavern or something, and like grabs the black leather-bound book of his, and he kind of comes up. I can't do names. I'm sorry. Big Mountain. Is that?
Oh, is he speaking to me about it?
Yeah. It was, and I like show you a picture that I drew, and it's just like it's like a fairly okay, like generic, like scientific drawing of it's this height, it's this like width
of the mountain.
What I saw, yes.
I sort of put down, and he like pushes across the sheet of paper with the song on it. Then at the top it will say, I just put the mountain Amarok on it. I don't know.
Why Amarok?
Is that not where we are?
Well, I guess, okay. Mountain of Amarok.
I guess so.
If
but
we're in Amarok,
the surrounding lands is
Amarok.
Eventually, if we push the city limits out, it'll be Amarok all around. Eventually, we'll take the mountain.
You know how many square mileage is in square kilometers is in between here and there.
Well, what do you want to call it? Mort's Mountain, I suppose.
No, I had Big Mountain, but I mean, of Amarok might be better. Mountain of Amarok.
Then Clayton's going to look down at his. He's going to look down at his sheets and say, "Well, that doesn't work with the meter that I've written down. I'd have to change the entire song, Mort."
What are you trying iambic? What is it? 3 centuries ago?
And like I get like immediately within 1 minute of being in Mort's presence again, he's flustered and confused. Listen, how about this, Mort? The snow beast of the mountain Amarok is what I'll call the song, but you can name the mountain whatever you want.
Mountain of Amarok.
Perfect.
All you gotta do is slip the little word "of" in there, or put an asterisk in the front of that line.
You leave the songwriting to me, and you stick with your.
But scientifically speaking, the mountain is going to be called the song because a song will be more popular than some scientists writing.
Exactly.
Yes, if you
that's
name
why
the
I'll
mountain,
probably leave it how I like.
Exactly. People are going to start calling it the Mount Amarok, and then we're going to have thousands of sea captains traveling to Amarok. They're going to end up at the foothills of the mountain.
Perfect.
Kilometers away from where we need to go.
Well, then they wouldn't be very good sea captains, would they?
And so we kill them?
What?
Well, I mean, they're going to die if they don't land in the right area, you know.
If they can't navigate to the giant city instead of a desolate mountain, then they deserve to die, Mort.
I mean, that's a little
sea captains.
And I glance towards Ozzy, who's like...
Ozzy just has he's got like this fur cloak, right? That for the winter, and he's just sort of like sunk into it, and he's got like this big bowl of oatmeal, and you just see the top of his head over the bowl of oatmeal, and he's like,
"You're not that small."
I actually am. I am that fucking small.
You're like 2 foot something, aren't you?
I'm
Like
3'1".
Oh my god.
Okay,
You're like
that's
the
quite
length of
small.
my shin bone.
Well, that's a bit generous.
And more, just kind of so then like the next day, Moore would have slept. He would have paid Eden to sleep, like just meditating on the table. And I just because I didn't want to bother taking down the parchments or anything that I had done. I'm just like, look, it's more. I'll pay double. Let me just cross my legs on the table. It'll be fine. I won't even be on the table if you don't want.
Yeah, he probably tried to arrange something, especially considering you paid him gold for it. But considering the crowd that gets here at night, it was almost impractical and improbable to succeed at that. All tables were needed. But as light conversation continues and this discussion of how the mountain may be or may not be named, breakfast does come to an end. Your ale runs dry. And perhaps it is time to seek out new ventures. What are you guys looking forward to do? What are you guys willing to do? What do you guys want to do?
I guess that while they're still downstairs, like doing their thing and eating, like I had finished up cleaning the horns, and I'm gone back to doing my morning ritual of my jumping push-ups. So all 300 and it's the book. Okay, just I want to break out of the game just for a second. The book says that Goliath could be 340. There's no way he's going to be 7'11", 340. Like he's going to be big. He's got to be bigger than that. So he's like, I'm going to go. He's like at least 400 pounds. So he's just busting out these massive push-ups. He's thrusting as much of his strength as he's got, just throwing himself up and then heavily landing himself on the ground. So I'm assuming the whole inn is shaking, but I'm just up there shaking.
Yeah, like the very foundation of the room starts to creak because it's not necessarily built on stone. It's primarily made out of wood and such. And
I'm going to use that to my advantage this week, if that's okay. And as soon as he starts doing that, I'm going to get up, pull my loot out of the case, and start singing a version of the Snow Beast of the Mountain Amarok, which is called the Snow Beast of Mort's Mountain.
Is it like
tapping my foot to every time he does like a push up? That's
please
like,
tell me the beat is like to "We Will Rock You" or something.
Yeah, if that's how he's doing.
I'm doing push-ups, but like as I'm pushing up, I'm like doing the clap,
Boom,
like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. And then I'm singing like a thing which, like, very loud and proud, openly to the entire inn, names the mountain Mort's Mountain. So that before I even release the song as the Snow Beast of the Mountain Amarok, people come to know it as Mort's Mountain.
There's a very few people, and Eden kind of like, listens to it. He doesn't hear too many unique songs, especially songs outside of the cities. And you do get the attention of the people, but they're more concerned about the creaking of the foundation that is currently happening, even though your song is somewhat distracting them. And Eden at that point walks upstairs, knocks on that door.
Yeah, Strongwalker gets up, and as he's getting up, he sort of gets like a slight realization in his head, like sort of like a light bulb goes off, or I guess the equivalent to a light bulb.
Yeah.
I was told to not do this before, so I kind of like go to the door, and I'm still 7'11", so I'm still kind of hunching a bit. I open up the door.
Just like Eden just looks at you. Would you mind?
Sorry, Eden. I have something for you. Just stay right there. And with that, I sort of turn around and go back into the room. I grab the 2 Yeti horns, and I go back to the door. Eden, I'm sure you heard the song from downstairs about our tale with the Yeti.
Verse.
These are its horns. And with that, I kind of present the horns. How big are these horns? Like, can you like describe these horns? Because how big is a Yeti? Like, I want to know. Like, are these like
a Yeti would be like if you take you are a medium, like at the high end of the medium. The Yeti was broader and bigger than you. So I would say that the Yeti horns itself might even be a little bit bigger than your head as they curve around a little bit. So they're quite huge horns. Like if you were to hold them, like they are. If you were to fill them with ale, it would be a good gallon, maybe. A large gallon.
Okay.
Large gallon.
I got you. Yeah. So like they could be used for cups, but but basically, so I'm handing these giant horns over to Eden, and as I'm handing him these horns, I just spent all morning picking the gore off of them, and he kind of like moves to the side, and he looks. He points to like the pile of like just meat and stuff just on the ground that I didn't really realize that I was making a huge mess before I started cleaning it. We'll have to clean that, but could you perhaps get these made into a plaque to hang over the bar, perhaps to commemorate our victory over the Yeti?
You sure?
I think it would look. Of course.
It kind of takes them off your hand. Kind of looks at them. Yeah, I can work with this.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right.
I promise.
Thank you.
There will be no more push-ups.
I would appreciate that.
Upstairs, at least.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
And he kind of walks off after giving you an appreciative nod and downstairs. Oh, and he turns around and says, "I believe your friends, your companions are downstairs. They already finished breakfast, so
Okay. I'll tell them I'll be down in a second, and I literally just run back into my room, grab a pack, and I just zip right back downstairs.
Eden walks down. Eden walks down, and he does give a yell at Chitin and Mort. The big fella's coming down. As he moves on and goes on his merry way, continuing his business.
Good. I think. Well, I would have a proposal for him and the rest of us. And I kind of look over to Chitin. And Ozzy, I guess.
Ozzy's finished up his oatmeal by now, and he's just sort of like quietly put some money on the table, and he just like puts his cloak up, and he's just kind of ignoring Morton. He looks like he's about to start walking back up the steps.
I'm putting my loot back away. To raucous applause, I'm sure, and I guess I'll look back to Mort and be like, "What? You have a proposal?"
Hold on 1 second. I mean, I know you're going to say no, but are you all right? Ozzy!
Ozzy just kind of stops for a second, and you hear like this really deep sigh, just like, "What is it, Mort?
Are you sick? Have you come down with something? Did your parents refuse? Were they anti-vaxxers?"
It's the same old thing, Mort. It's just the abyss.
Oh my god. Right. Yes, the abyss. I have a prescription for that. I like look at Eden and I like grab some, I don't know, some oats or something off the table, like crush them up in my hand as I like walk to Ozzy. I'm like, really, you're just seeing the abyss?
It's Davrick. I still keep seeing him in my head.
Wait.
Chitin's going to walk over at this point and sort of nudge Mort aside and be like, "I think he's talking about like a metaphor or something. I don't think he's actually looking into
You
the
haven't
abyss."
met Ozzy. No, he's probably very actually seeing Davrick. And I like lean in and I go, is Davrick here now?
No, Davrick died, you idiot.
Yeah, I mean, why
Why do you think I'm so sad?
Why are you seeing him? You're just why do you keep? I mean, are you actually seeing him? Is he like a ghost?
In my dreams.
You see, he's not talking about actually seeing the abyss. What are you, crazy? Like, I have no idea he's a warlock, right? I don't think. Or is
I
he
like look to you. And I'm like, no.
No, so I look over at Chitin and I say,
No, I see the abyss all the time. But my point is, I just really miss Davrick.
I'm afraid I don't think I knew Davrick, but my name's Chitin Vale, and it's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. I kind of reach out a hand.
Everybody calls me Ozzy. Whatever, I guess.
You seem pretty sad. Would you like to hear a song about, I know a pretty good one they use at the end of a wake to sort of let people have hope. It's about springtime and meadows.
That sounds horrible.
Maybe a song about the abyss.
Might be better.
I'm going to unclip the lute and sing a woeful, dreadful tale of some sort of heinous god. I forget who your evil god is, Ace.
There's plenty of them. Every single one from the Forgotten Realms.
Whoever I guess would be the closest to like a Hades type god.
All evil.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, actually, there are gods that serve the underworld. Like, you have Kellenvor, but that's just the god of death, but he's a kind god of death. Like, there's like several ones you can choose from. However,
I sing a tale about some evil god that rends the world asunder into the abyss and allows for darkness to fall across the land eternal.
As you start doing
that,
it's an awful song to start any day with. But I say for this guy, if he says that's what will make him feel better.
No, Ozzy sort of sits there enraptured. He still looks sad, but he's just like wiping his eyes, and he's not wearing any makeup, which is very uncommon for Ozzy. There's no mascara or eyeliner or anything. He sits there pretty enraptured. And he says,
It's not bad, I guess. Whatever.
Thanks very much. You see, I found that when I was sad throughout the years, I'd play this lute, but I don't necessarily want you to forget about your friend or put it to one side, but sometimes you can use music to, allow those feelings to grow into something more, depending on, I guess, your outlook on life in general. Normally, I sing a song about spring for people, but if you enjoyed that and that's your thing, then there's songs for all types of people, and that's what I like to do. Is I clasp the lute case and then look at Mort and then back at Ozzy and wonder what the hell I've got myself into.
Or it's just like Ozzy goes, everyone grieves in their own way, Ozzy. Maybe you should.
I'm just surrounded by these.
If the music helps you, let the music move you. I myself meditated at the place where Davrick was sent off. And Strongwalker, are you here? And I look around.
Yeah, that, pretty much as he's saying that out, you can hear me.
Thumping down the stairs.
You can pretty much, literally, more than likely feel me.
Yeah, I'm like, oh yes.
Ozzy is literally lifted off the ground with each of your steps.
I turn around and my beak from my plague doctor mask pokes you in the belly button. I'm like, oh right. Strongwalker, we were just having a weird conversation. Our friend Davrick was a great warrior. He died. You're from a tribe of warriors. What would you do if, let's say, a great chieftain of yours died?
Did he die with honor?
And of course, the most honor.
So much honor.
Then why are you sad?
Because I miss him.
But would he not want you to be happy that he died in doing something he loved? I mean,
I don't think he loved dying. I still liked him though.
Of course, nobody likes death, and I'm sure he didn't want to die. But everybody dies one day. I heard you wailing about the abyss as I was trudging down the stairs. Just try not to worry about it. Just think of it from his perspective. He wouldn't want you to be upset. He'd want you to be, well, obviously grieve, but just, it's okay. Everybody passes, but it was just his time.
Big boys don't cry, Ozzy.
I guess so. Maybe I should go upstairs and dye my fridge.
Yeah, but get yourself together. Maybe Titan could help you with such a thing. He's got a knack for appearance.
For appearance, I'm wearing raggedy old tattered clothes and I did go and buy myself a new set of clothes.
I just got them
on.
But you still look fabulous.
I mean, I'm still quite dirty. I didn't clean myself or anything. I've got my old clothes. I've got quite dirty, long, reddish hair.
They're hipster dirty, where they just try to look dirty, but they're actually
No, I think I'm probably genuinely quite dirty.
Probably smells maybe a little bit.
Yeah, and
I
I think
just just go with it.
Well, not everybody in this city is terribly clean, right? It's not like we have showers installed everywhere. This is, this is a, very much a Viking-esque city. Cleanliness might actually be considered weird if you are all clean all the time at any given moment.
I had every intention of cleaning up. I just got distracted by the song.
Just help Ozzy dye his fringe. If there's any new-shaped objects in his room, just keep them away. Keep them away from them. Hide the knives, that kind of thing.
I suppose I could help this man. If you'd like help there, Mr. Ozzy.
Yeah, whatever, I guess.
Sure. I'll clasp and I'll pack up all my things, put them on my shoulder again, and just lead the way. I suppose I don't know.
I'll be checking the quest board for you.
I've never dyed anyone's hair before, I guess we say as we walk out in place. I've never dyed anyone's hair before.
Yeah, Ozzy's just explaining the process.
All right, so
we
as that
become
all
acquainted,
continues,
I'll like pat Strongwalker on the back as we go past as well, because he's like a buddy.
yeah, as you guys continue and have met up, as Ozzy is dying his French, Mort, you end up going to the notice board.
I bring Strongwalker with.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna go with him actually. So,
And
I guess I'm just like ask you, can you read?
yes.
Okay, good.
Unless it's some.
You would be surprised the literacy rates in some of the outlying colonies. You'd be surprised.
What
Some of them are as low as like 90%.
When he says literacy, he's just like he doesn't quite understand what that word means.
Readability.
I understand. You know many more words than I do, so let's go to the board. And I guess
here's the trick, Strongwalker. I pretend to know many more words. Most of them are made up, and people just believe me because of the mask.
And with that, like I just give him I like Mort. I like how Mort like jokes around a lot because I just find everybody very. I don't want to say weak, but I find like I like how he has like this is an internal thing to his mind, but this is something he's thinking. He likes how he's like kind of like outgoing and sort of a little different. But he pats him on the back, probably with a little bit more gusto than he would have hoped.
Like a fireball like lets out of my hand, like oh sorry. Clench it back, Jesus.
So I guess we make it to the board as we do this, and I grab the notes, and I'm gonna try to read them myself. So.
Anyway, as you try to reach out for notes, you notice that the notice board is actually empty. There's nothing there.
Okay.
Oh damn!
The last notice that the last notice that hung there was from Markin. It's currently empty.
Okay. Mort, what should we do now?
Well, I have an idea. But it would be something that I would have to pitch to the other two, as well as, Eve, I believe.
Who is Eve?
Eve is the mayor. Eve Farseer is her name. Lovely woman, actually. Kind of hates me, but who doesn't?
I do not know if I've met Eve.
You should. I think she would like you. A straight shooter like yourself. She tends to like that kind of thing. Davrick was a straight shooter. Eve liked Davrick. Davrick liked Eve. It was a match made in heaven. Or, now it is. Sorry, I joke. Davrick was a great man.
Yeah, I would have liked to have met such a warrior. We should go and talk to this Eve, or maybe head back to the inn and.
We should wait. Yeah, we'll wait for Ozzy to finish the fringe. Make sure he's all right. That he didn't get his hands on anything sharp, and Chitin, didn't turn to the abyss himself as well.
All right. So, as it all continues in due time, the fringe is dyed. Chitin now also informed how dyeing works. Any particular color, Ozzy, this time?
I think he's gonna go with Davrick was ginger, right?
He was he was like ginger. Yeah, he was ginger. He's gray, but he was ginger. Yeah, for sure.
Ozzy's trying to match Davrick's ginger color.
I've probably got ginger hands then, just from the dye all over my hands.
You got some ginger going on.
Into a bag of nacho like Cheetos or something.
Yeah, that's what he looks like.
You guys meet up I'm assuming at the front of the inn, presumably to hear Mort out.
And I go, right. It looks great, Ozzy. You're looking like your old self again.
I guess. Thanks. Whatever.
Is everything as bleak as usual? I'm not. I don't even know why I asked. Regardless, the quest board itself is empty. That being said, I think I could come together with some sort of side mission. If you would hear me out. Outside of that, we might just be able to ask around and find work. But my pitch would be, well, frankly, part of the reason why I am here is I'm part of a larger organization back in Iran. A very small, larger organization. Doesn't really matter. I'm sent out here to list scientifically things in general. Think of me as a intelligent explorer of chances. I believe if we just explore. That would be my pitch, to just leave the city and see what we can find. What trouble we could get into.
Just go outside for no reason.
fresh air is good for you, Kaiten. I know you don't get out much, at least out of the tavern, let alone out of the walls. It might do you well. You would be surprised what we could find out here. Also, there's a golem, but we can just ignore that. Just stay away from it.
Kind looks like he might be about to pack up his stuff and go home.
At the mention of the golem.
The golem's kind of a problem. Why don't we talk to some of the people in town and see if there's any new information about it?
Wait, tell me more about this golem. Do you think if we went and, slayed the golem, it would
No, don't even think. No, Tyrannus humongatus is the scientific name. Generally, it's about 130 meters tall.
More.
What is it, 100?
Normally, they're a lot smaller.
it's
This
really
is an
not.
exceptional case. They tend to be around the large, about the same as the Yeti. This, on the other hand, falls within the category of huge.
Yeah, so I explained to Chitin, I just go into stupid detail.
is it like Shadow of the Colossus type?
Yeah.
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 Like a giant lumbering rock creature.
It's 60 foot high, if that's any indicator.
So there's just this thing out there that is the size of Shadow of the Colossus, and it could easily just walk to this here town and crush everyone in sight,
But
and
it
nobody's even
hasn't.
slightly afraid.
It's not that
But
big.
my point is that we should probably find out some more information or see if we can help in some way with that. Because
I mean, what
that's
happens if
probably
it
what
comes-
Davrick would have wanted.
The alternative that I am saying, if we might find something in the wilderness that could help us out with that. We know the city itself.
What?
You never know what we
sort
could
of-
stumble upon out there.
Maybe we could talk to the druid again, see if she has any new information.
I think that is a logical course of action. All the concurrence? Concurred.
I guess I'll follow, and then I'll stick with Strongwalker.
Yeah, I was
Alright.
gonna kind of lag at the back anyway, so I guess we're kind of trying.
I want to lag at the back with Strongwalker for a second anyway, and as soon as there's a moment, I want to pose a question to him, kind of thing.
Yeah, you guys take a couple of minutes because they don't take the shortcuts that you are intimately familiar with. So it takes a good few minutes to get from one side to the other.
Good with wasting time in town as well. I don't want to go out and get eaten by a giant Shadow of the Colossus creature.
So post your question.
As we're walking along, I'm going to kind of turn to him and mention, do you know of this Davrick that they're speaking of?
No more than what we have heard this morning.
Because they're saying that he's a great hero and that he's a great fighter and stuff, but I think that he might be the same gentleman that I saw a few weeks ago murder that noble. When did you arrive?
Just a few short days ago. I'm unaware of any murder.
So there was I was in an alleyway, keeping out of sight as I do, and then I saw these 4 people sort of brutally murder a noble, and I'm pretty sure that one of them was this Davrick, and they keep saying that he's this great hero, and I'm not too sure.
Was this during the middle of the day?
Aye.
Just Strongwalker sort of shakes his head. Are you sure this is the same Davrick?
I don't really know everybody in this town. I sort of know faces and keep myself to myself, but it seems that they're talking about the same guy. And I think both of them sort of dabble with necromancy and dark magics and stuff as well. So as much as I'm happy to sort of join them when they're earning lots of coin so that I can get myself a new loot, I'm not too sure they're on the right side of the law.
I am unsure of myself. It seems we are both on same minds on this. I feel that you should approach the mayor. I feel like she might be able to give you the best information here.
I mean, I don't want to go dragging up old stories about some man that might or might not be Davrick, but
Regardless, I would prefer to know the company in which I'm spending my time in.
indeed. And if we go outside these walls, I'll probably be sticking with you.
Aye. And again, he gives him like another tap on the back once more, probably a little bit too strong. So I assume he probably stumbles forward a little bit.
He probably stumbles forward, but slightly less than last week because his athletics has improved by 1.
I could tell. I could sort of tell that he's like, impressive.
Like my legs feel pretty strong from last night, from yesterday, climbing up that mountain and walking all the way back.
Pumped.
You
and
did
fighting,
well.
killing a yeti.
You did well, Kaiten. I know you were quite frightened before we had approached the Yeti. I told you everything would be fine, and you are more of a man now than you ever been. And I've only known you for a few short days. Have more confidence in yourself.
Aye, and I'm happy to go outside and fight more yetis and see what we can find out there and write more tales. But I don't want to be the type of person that goes to jail for murdering nobles in broad daylight.
I have no intentions of going to jail myself. And I guess probably with that, like, we're probably there.
Yeah,
I'd say
at that point, as you say, indeed, like, you are approaching. Where do you guys want to go, Anna or Eve?
I think did you guys, like, we're following you guys, so wherever you guys are going, we're just literally looking at your feet and following you as we're talking in the background. So
Anna, right, Ozzy?
Yes.
Anna's the druid, the herbalist druid.
All right.
Yeah.
You guys, I'm
We're
assuming.
going to the herbalist.
Yeah. I guess that's what they want.
Okay.
So you guys knock on the door.
I like knock in the usual spot, and I would assume that Enna knows who's knocking by where the knock is coming from.
Not necessarily, because she's extremely busy at the moment, right? But she does open the door and she kind of like looks around, like is kind of like taken back by this Goliath that suddenly stands in her door opening, as well as yeah, or the crotch that stands in the door, as well as Kaiten, an unfamiliar face. But she does recognize Mort and Ozzy. She gives a nod to Mort and gives like this greeting to Ozzy. Ozzy, that kind of says, "I know." If you know what I know. And then she kind of looks at the other two. What can I do for you guys?
We were wondering if you had any new information about the golem.
No, not really. I've been really busy doing the brewing of potions. I've been falling behind on that. But there's no new information.
Any sort of leads that perhaps might lead to information?
Nothing I haven't told before. And as I've told you, like my original hypothesis has been confirmed, that those plates that you guys brought back a while back are indeed connected to its strength. There are a source of power connected to it. But I'm still running tests and trying to figure out what the effects would be if we were to find a way to destroy it, or, as you would.
Very well. I think that was the bulk of it, to be honest. We're on our way to Eve Farseer then.
Give my regards.
Anyone have any need for Anna? Okay. So just thank you.
If you need any potions, I've got a few.
Might be back.
All right. As you guys walk off, and you end up in Eve, at Eve's place as well, and you knock on the door, and Eve opens up, and she's actually, as you approach, you can actually hear a discussion being ended, as she opens up the door, and you are met with Eve, as well as Rodulf, who is in the room, sitting down on on the other end of the table. As she gives you a greeting, Ozzy, Mort gives you just a quick nod, and then turns to Kaiten and gives you a look. Ah, Kaiten?
Hi, milady. Nice to meet you, Mayor Farseer. Kind of does like a little bow nod type, nervous because she knows who he is.
Likewise, lad. Come in. And you, big fella, what is your name?
I'm Strongwalker. I assume you are the mayor.
I am indeed.
It's nice to meet you.
Sorry, the roof is pretty much gonna hit your head.
Yeah, so out of like, is it like real? Is everything like? I keep forgetting this question. I meant to ask this every time. Like, how high is the ceiling?
Well, you are pretty much
Is this
at the
never
ceiling.
gonna-
Like in some places you may be able to stand, but in some places you might have to duck. You are 7'11". Like
Yeah,
that's
pretty much,
huge. Like most people are like around 6, and everything is scaled around 6. There's a lot of dwarfs around, and a lot of like humans, right? There's not
Yeah,
a lot
this
of
is
like half giants that they would have to scale things by. So like you kind of have to like maybe kneel a little bit or
Yeah.
like hang a little bit to against the wall or something. But
Yeah, I guess I'm sort of used to being in like the smaller homes and the buildings at this point. So I've sort of got like a regular bit of a crouch kind of going now, so I don't really hit my head off of anything. Yeah. So, and I also I look at where Radulf. He's standing in the room as well, correct?
yeah, he stood up as you guys entered, indeed.
Okay. Yeah. After this conversation, but like I'm like looking at Radulf because he's like how big is Radulf? He's a big strong dude as well, correct?
Yeah, he's like, but maybe closer to 7 feet, maybe 6,
Okay, so
7,
okay.
6, 8.
Okay. But yeah, so after I had that quick conversation, I was like, I'm going to back away and just sort of let everybody else talk. But I'm going to like look over at Radulf and sort of give him like a look as if like he's like a worthy adversary, sort of like in a, sort of look. Anyway.
Right. And as he sees that, he kind of looks back at you and, gives you that same look. Like there's almost like an immediate like instinctive understanding, but no words need to be spoken.
Yep.
As Eve kind of, tells you to sit down, and Radulf gives his signature groan. Just as acknowledgement of everybody's presence. And then Eve continues. So, why do we have to enjoy your presence? Why are you guys here?
Sam would love to tell you, but he's muted right now.
What was
Sorry,
happening?
I thought I had a message in my ear. I thought I was saying that telepathically. Frankly, the quest board itself is empty, and we're kind of looking for alternatives as far as work is concerned, which leads us to, well, the biggest bit, the giant golem of death roaming the countryside. If there's any news on that, or if there's any rumors of what we could do.
Like she gives a quick glance to Radulf, just a quick one. Well, yes, the golem is most certainly still a concern. We, however, do not know exactly its whereabouts. It's not within range of the guards to see, so it's presumably not close. But it's difficult to tell because, as you may know yourself, elementals are prone to be able to move through the dirt, through the rock, without so much leaving a trace. However, in this realization of not being able to see it, I was reminded that we don't have a lot of knowledge of what is beyond about a half day's travel.
I give like a knowing look to Chitin.
Yeah, he's got like that concerned look back, but slightly less so than last
I
week.
whisper, I message spell you, and I'm like, told you so. And I look back to Eve and I go, so an exploratory adventure might be of need. Just so happens we have a great artist. I like nudge Ozzy. Cheer up. I like do like the parent thing when your kid is good at something but they hate admitting it. He's so good.
Yeah, whatever, I guess.
Yes, I have
Have you seen the
seen.
picture of the suicide pact that he drew? It was great.
What? How do you draw a suicide pact? That makes
No
no
idea.
sense. Oh,
What does that even mean?
is it like a comic representation of two people like shaking hands, like
Yeah.
looking like introspective?
With like a thought bubble of like
Yeah.
Let's kill ourselves. No, getting back at the conversation at hand. she kind of gives like this chuckle. Yes, I have indeed seen some of the pictures you drew, because you have been helping Aoth every now and then, and one of your jobs was, since you drew a lot, like Aoth came with the idea that you perhaps can do like some kind of like, not that's like like a super expensive portrait, but like some kind of, dumbed down version of a portrait, something you could draw fast as a way to give something to give to the people that were mourning, as a reminder of those that they may have lost. So like there's a few pictures roaming in the city of the closest thing to like a picture, if you will, that you have drew
Of Davrik? Have I been just drawing pictures of Davrik?
like maybe there's a few pictures of Davrik in your
Did
book.
I have to like remove one quickly from the pillow in my room when Caden came in? Caden came in.
I wouldn't go
Don't look at that. Don't look at it.
I wouldn't go for unless it's sticky. But beyond that, nonetheless, as conversation continues, she does agree that she does require the need to know what is out there. It would be nice to know what is out there. If we have, there are several scenarios where we may have to flee this city if it attacks, or perhaps we can know the surroundings better, so we know how to approach those lands better. Because beyond half a day's travel on horse, when we still had those, there is not much known.
Sure, I can help for a price.
Naturally. The thing is, what was the thing? I forgot. Sorry, I just lost focus on what I was saying. But anyway, she does press the issue that the reason why we came here initially, before events transpired, was to explore the land, to chart it out, to find things that were left hidden. And I'm quite certain that there is much more than what we have found so far within the reach of a half day's travel. I am certain that there perhaps may be mysteries left unsolved, perhaps great power. If there is anything we can find, anything that could be of use, especially in the eyes of danger of a 60-foot strange golem roaming the lands, any bit can help. And I think you guys would agree on that. Wouldn't you say?
Of course.
Sure, I can draw stuff.
Which we
The
could
way
need to-
I see it, there are, two avenues of this. If we're looking for an escape route, we know that the, crypts underneath where Ozzy works, through the, the death guy, the black guy. Whatever.
Yes.
Underneath there, that could be an escape route. We know that goes to the surface. However, we do not know where to the surface it goes. That would be one way of exploring it. Or out the gate. We have only been to the Druid Circle. We could go farther than that.
You can indeed go further than that. There's also, there are plenty of places where you guys can go.
At the mention of like that underground cavern sort of thing, Mort, you say there's a cavern, and it leads somewhere unknown, and it links to the town, correct?
It leads to a forest somewhere. About 3/4 of a day or so, a day and a half, something like that.
I'm unaware of the tactics in which you city folk use to defend your towns, but I know my tribe, if there was an unsecured avenue entrance into it, we would make sure that it was secured. Perhaps we could secure the area at the other side of the cavern where it leads, wherever it leads, maybe set up an encampment, an outpost, perhaps, into the forest.
That is a brilliant idea.
The pathway that they were talking about has been secured, has been locked down, and is being looked after. We had a similar group, including Ozzy and Mort, take care of that. But an outpost could indeed be a very valuable thing. However, before we do that, we must make sure that we have the right placement for that. And in addition to that, how are we going to man it? We are already thin on brave men and women that defend the walls and hold guard as is, due to events that have transpired before your arrival. Because Strongwalker, I believe you arrived recently on the boat, I presume?
Yes,
Would you say that he's fresh off of this boat?
quite fresh.
Quite fresh.
Quite
Yeah, before your arrival, Strongwalker, much has happened as of late in the last couple of weeks. And we lost many men and women in this process, so we're still trying to recover from that. So building an outpost of sorts is indeed a plan we must make for the future. However, I
agree.
think
We could perhaps maybe venture forth from the cavern and start exploring from there to get used to the lands. When we do eventually build an outpost, we are familiar with the lay of the land, as I had said, know of any dangers perhaps. And it's an idea.
No, I do agree. However, the cavern currently is completely locked and shut down to avoid intruders, as it was indeed otherwise a point of weakness, as we have found out, as creatures were nesting in it to protect themselves against the winter. But yeah, like, what I would recommend is on if we go east, we have the thick forest, and I believe that a lot of you individuals have encountered the awakened trees, I believe they were called. So perhaps it might not be the best bet. On the west side, we have the mountain ridge where once the griffins were. The once was in.
Wait, awakened trees, you say?
Aye.
Trees like wake up. I've never heard
Animated
of that
trees. Animated trees.
I think you'd like them, Mort.
Yeah, that sounds like they sound quite lovely, actually. Sway in the breeze, do a little dance.
Yeah, you'd really like them.
And Ozzy starts like giggling.
Well, I assure you, these trees are quite dangerous. Quite. So I do not wish to send you guys necessarily deeper into the forest, especially where we still have to deal or figure out where this druid is. Not Anna, a different druid that was part that set all these issues into motion. So, how about this? Go north. Go where the road ends and see where that takes you.
Sounds like an adventure I'd like to go on.
Is
I looked-
north the way we took to the mountain, or is it completely?
But there's two things, right? Yeah. If you go north, there's a path, like a improvised dirt road, right? That just naturally formed over the last 4 years as they were mining out the iron mine. At like a half day's travel, it splits. There's a piece that goes straight north, and then there's a split to the west, more into the mountain range, where the mine is. She's referring to actually just keep going north, because there's the road kind of dies there because there's no natural forming road anymore. It's just green, and go north and just keep going north.
Sounds agreeable to me. We could leave tomorrow. We could leave now if we really wanted to.
It's up to you.
I already dyed my fringe. I'm ready to go.
But if you guys wish to go beyond a half day's travel, if you guys wish to go beyond that, this does mean that you must camp in lands unknown, that you be prepared, is what I'm saying.
The challenge is why I am here at all. This will be good. With that, I look to Chitin and sort of chuckle. Chitin, we will soon have more songs for you.
Perhaps that's if I make it back to sing them. But I'm sure with somebody quite as large as you, I'll give him another tap as high up on him as I can. You'll get us all back safe, won't you there, Strongwalker?
Absolutely.
And then I'll turn to like Ozzy and sort of glance at Eve and mention like perhaps if Ozzy, you say you're an artist, maybe you could put your hand to some cartography and map out the area for the town and then I'll like look towards the guard and be like, and for the guard, so that way we kind of start to get a decent idea of what's around us, and then if this huge colossus beast comes to town, we might stand a chance at fortifying the area later down the line.
Aye.
Instead of just constantly going out and going, oh, there's a road that ends, and that way there's a forest, and over that way there's a giant yeti that my giant Goliath friend here could easily slay with one hand tied behind his back.
So Ozzy just sort of pipes up and says,
I haven't really done any cartography before, but I can give it a try, I guess.
Nobody's really done much of anything by the sounds of it these last 4 years. It's just been a lot of ranging out and death. And I think
Ozzy just sort of looks. Ozzy looks at Chitin and he says,
That's a very existential crisis type of point that you're trying to make. I can respect that.
I mean, there was this one time that we did. We accomplished a whole lot of. Ozzy got a job.
I mean, the walls are to be respected, but if we're going to thrive, we need to grow.
Kind of broken, isn't it? Yeah. Right.
So it is settled then?
We've done things.
It is settled then?
Oh, yes.
Yep.
We'll leave. We'll leave straight away after we do a little preparation.
All right, and make sure that you bring rations and make preparations for camping. And be prepared, because you already have seen the dangers this close to home. I can only imagine that they are perhaps more so beyond of what we have experienced if you go further into the wild. I wish you the best of luck. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
When my songs make it beyond on the boats and start spreading of the glory of Amarok and how we've made a stable position here, I'm sure people will flock to us and we'll have people that can man the outposts, Mayor Farsia.
It would be a good day, Chitin. It would be a good day. Especially
I write
after
good songs, milady.
I would love to hear one of them one day. But I do have other business to attend to. She kind of gives another quick glance to Ratulf. And he just kind of goes, it's early.
I'm going to bow and walk out.
Yeah, I'm following Chitin. Bowing as well, but I mean, it doesn't really look like I bow at all because I'm so tall.
You're already bowing to stay in
I'm
the...
already bowing. I'm just like a slight extra bow.
He's she gives you kind of like this understandable chuckle and this awareness of your current predicament of the lower range buildings as she guides you guys out and
you have like a perpetual forehead bandage.
I have a really hard head. So like,
also, when you hit your head enough, you learn. I remember I had a really small door at my mum's house when I was growing up, and I used to hit it as soon as I hit like 14 and was tall. I used to hit my head on it a lot, and eventually I noticed that I just would naturally always duck as I walked under it without like just a reflex.
Pavlov response.
You get that eventually.
So our adventurers are going on some going to explore after the break. Make sure to figure out what you want to prep with or for so we can go through that quickly. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Give or take 5 minutes. And I will see you guys when we return. See you soon. We have returned. Most of us have. I had myself muted. Well, that's a first. That's unfortunate. Alright. So, our adventurers have decided what's on the menu. So, I'm assuming they will prepare and move forward beyond that. So, is there anybody that wants to buy a particular thing or seeks out the general store with Baltic?
Yeah, I'm gonna go there as well.
Alright, who's going to the general store?
Everyone.
Alright, everybody goes to the general store. Like, it's open, like you guys have been, you know, spending a lot of time eating breakfast and such, and the general store opens up quite early. As you guys arrive and walk in, you see the familiar halfling, you know, like this halfling lady, standing on the counter, trying to fill some shelves and such in the back line. As you guys walk in, the bell rings, tingling. She kind of looks around, jumps down, and greets you guys. Good morning. What can I do you? What can I do you for?
We need some stuff, Rixie.
All right. What kind of stuff?
We're gonna be out exploring, so we're gonna probably need a couple tents and some food and some torches, and I could use some flint and tinder.
All right. Yeah, we have some explorer packs.
I have tinder, Ozzy. If you have flint, I have the tinder box if you need some fire.
Okay. Well, we still need dude, we should probably get some tents if we're gonna be out for a while.
All right.
Should we stretch for the tents? 2-person tents? I can buy one.
Is
How
that
big are these tents?
Yeah, does an explorer pack don't have a tent?
I don't
Oh,
think
not
it
just a
does.
bat.
No,
Not
I
just.
don't-
Yeah.
They're 2-person tents, so you probably need one for yourself.
One for myself, probably. Yeah.
Or Ozzy, you and Ozzy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That would work. Yeah.
I'll buy a tent, a bedroll, and a bullseye lantern.
You probably should already have it. You should have a bedroll, I believe.
And no,
Okay.
I'm in my scholar's pack.
Fair enough. All right, and so you want to buy a bedroll?
A bedroll, a bullseye lantern, and a tent. In the book, that's I think it's 14 total.
A bullseye lantern? What the hell is that?
It's just a very directed.
Oh, there you go.
It's
So, yeah.
a hooded lantern.
All right, yeah, she has she has a particular lantern with like generating a bit of a spotlight effect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She grabs all that stuff for you, Morton. That's about 15 gold, I believe.
Deal.
All right. Make sure to write it up and write it down. So, anybody else? So, more tents?
So Ozzy says,
I'll take a tent, and I need some food and some flint and steel.
All right. And she starts grabbing the stuff. She grabs the tent.
And 3 torches.
3 torches. All right. That's what? Let's see. Rations are about 5 silver pieces. For how many days? Do you want rations?
Why don't we say 5 days?
All right. 5 days. She's it's just 5 days, 2.5 plus the 3 torches. Right. Yeah, that's. I would say it's about 6 gold pieces.
Okay.
Right. as the money exchange hand. You know, like Kaiten, you know Rick. You have seen her around. She has been here for 4 years as well. She's like, you know her as the general assistant, of the store itself. She kind of looks at you and what can I do for you?
I'm going with them, Rixie. Does she just sell like an explorer's pack just outright?
Yeah, like they've got basic. Like they recently expanded. They have like a lot more store, and like all the stuff just got, like all the generic stuff just got refreshed that they can't make themselves. So yeah, like if you want to buy an explorer's pack straight out, you could do that.
I'm going to take an explorer's pack and also an extra blanket for myself. I'll look to Ozzy and sort of say, do you want to bunk up if I give you this 1 gold we could share, and I'll help you with the ink and paper and stuff. I've got stuff like that for the map making.
So Ozzy looks surprised and he says,
You have ink and paper?
Oh yeah, I need to write down my songs. I don't remember them that easily.
Deal.
So I'll like flip a gold coin at Ozzy. So yeah, I get everything I think that I wanted was in the explorer's pack, but I wanted an extra blanket as well because I don't like being cold.
All right. Yeah, that's about. She kind of says that's about 11 gold pieces.
11 gold. You can't do a little lower for an old friend, Rixie.
It's already pretty much at the bottom line.
Unaccustomed to people not immediately bowing to his incredible +7 persuasion, he says, "Are you sure? It's just that I don't have that much coin on me. You know what it's like. My parents died and left me little more than my house, and it's quite difficult making the money for food and stuff. So I just, I haven't been outside the walls before, so I like to make sure that I've got everything."
And she kind of said, like, as you start there, she starts nodding. Mm-hmm. Well, then if you had so much trouble getting all the important things, then why did you buy paper and ink?
Oh, the other day, that was for Marcon. He said that for some reason, some crazy wizard charmed him, and he asked that I get him some paper and ink, just so that I could write down.
Like at this point, Rixie gets this grin. Ah, yes, I did indeed hear something about that. As she kind of glances in a very obvious way to Mort. Tell you what. 10 gold pieces, call it quits. But don't tell Balthick that I did that.
Sounds perfect, Rixie. Thanks very much. And safe in the knowledge that +7 will give me small discounts, I am happy to pay the 10 gold, give the 1 to Ozzy, and I think I'm good with that explorer's pack.
Yeah, unfortunately, this particular store has been well, people have been trying to rip it off quite generously. So they kind of have like, yeah, they've been trying to put their foot down, especially when that person is in the general store.
I get it. I just figured I haven't really used my incredible charisma yet, so I thought I'd put it to the test before I went out and had to use it on a wolf or something.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Like it's a very small discount. I didn't even have to like make you check for it, right? So it's fine. Sure. Like it's insignificant money.
It. 1 gold, good.
Whoop.
I'm happy to do that.
So and she kind of like starts taking a different pose, crosses her arms. And what about you? As she looks at Mord with like a bit of a stern and annoyed face.
What about me? Sorry, I was going through the items and stuff.
Well, do you need anything?
I bought the things that I needed already.
Did you?
Yeah, bullseye, lantern, bedroll.
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah, sorry.
We had a great back and forth. It was quite witty.
Sorry, you're just so forgettable.
Yes, I know.
Shots fired.
I mean,
anyway,
my name
good luck.
Boring.
Don't die. And Kaiten, come back in one piece.
And
endeavor to do so.
As she's served the three of them and is shooing them out the door, all almost 8 foot tall, 400 pounds of me comes lumbering up to the front and sort of looks down over Rixie.
This hairy leg that Rixie thought was some like vitamin.
Sorry, I out like in character that you probably would notice, but out of character I completely forgot. I apologize. You're just so silent. Well, she kind of looks up. Well, you're hard to miss.
And you are small. Rixie, is it?
I. And what is your name?
I am Strongwalker. And with that, I'm looking like as I give her my name, I'm like looking around the shop, and I lock eyes on one of the fishing tackles. Like I assume they sell them because they have like a fishing outpost. I assume they sell fishing gear. I'd like a fishing tackle, please. Just one for myself and a pole.
Wait, let's see. Fishing tackle.
Yeah, it's 1 gold in the thing.
I didn't even see where it is. Oh, there you go. Just some fishing gear.
Yeah.
All right. That would be 1 gold piece.
Sounds good. Thank you. And I take the gold and pay her.
All right. Like it's just, there's like a few fishing things to the side, and she just grabs like just a generic one, right? Like there's nothing special about it, and she hands it to you.
Perfect. And yeah, the second I make the purchase, I'm like, I'm out the door. I'm out of there. I don't like being inside.
Right. She kind of says, "Good luck," and goes on her merry way. If you take a look back, she just goes back to her normal business. She was filling the shelves before you guys came in. So you guys bought your appliances. Anything else? Do you wish to perhaps purchase some potions from Enna, or do you guys feel like it's time to move forward into the wild and go to the place that has been unknown to many so far?
Ozzy's definitely heading to Enna.
I've never purchased or had need to purchase a potion in my life, so...
I tell you, like, fast forward.
Oh, Brad.
Jokes.
Fast forwarding.
That's not something that you say to the DM before we are about to go out on an adventure, sir. That is...
No. I understand fully that I absolutely need potions. I understand that as Brad. Chitin has never needed potions and is barely aware that they exist. Yeah.
And in addition to that, he can also heal himself. So,
that's why.
Exactly. So
all that stuff.
Regardless, knocking on Anna's door, she opens. She's once again the 4 of you. It feels kind of intimidated. Hi.
We need some potions, Anna. Can you help?
Changed your mind, I see it. Yeah, I've got some...
We didn't know what we were doing before.
I guess you spoke to Eve then?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I've got 3... I've been able to make 3 potions so far. 3 new ones. Just simple healing potions. Is that what you're looking for?
I think that'll work.
Right, 1 moment.
I'll take one.
As she turns around, like, how many do you guys wish for? We have 1 for Ozzy. That's it? Just 1? Just the 1?
I'm not even in the store. I'm like...
No, she's like at the door. Like, she's at the door, right? Because this is kind of her store, but not really. It's also primarily like her living place. It's a mess. Yeah, so she goes back. Just the 1 then. Alright, she walks back, and she comes out carrying this vial with red liquid in it. And very... very noticeable, just this small healing potion. So yeah. Well, that would be about 50 golds, I believe. The going rate is, having spoken to Baltic.
Little steep, but I guess whatever.
Well, it can save your life. 50 gold for your life?
Lately, it doesn't feel like it's worth it.
Ozzy. She kind of gives you this sigh. And she wants to say something, but she kind of doesn't. As she hands you the potion and takes presumably the 50 gold you
Yeah, Ozzy tries to look extra pathetic as he slides the gold across the counter.
She kind of looks at you. Chin up, little man. I'm sure it's Davrik is in a better place right now. After all,
I don't know. I don't know if that exists, but we can have a conversation about it later.
she's kind of like, as he turns away, like if you're looking at Anna's face, you can just see her like raise an eyebrow very quickly as she starts counting the coin, and it checks out. All right, well, good luck. Come back safe. There's much to be done.
Okay. Yeah, and
As,
Ozzy just heads off. He doesn't say anything.
As she gives a nod to those who are still giving her some of your attention, and she goes back inside and closes the door. As you guys presumably walk towards the gate, having prepared for what perhaps is to come.
Yep. Yeah, I guess at this point we all have our things. We're just like on the way north,
Aye.
I guess.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right. As you guys move towards the city gate, the guards give you a nod, knowing that at the very least, Strongwalker, Mort, and Ozzy are, and also Kaiten now, are part of the individuals that do dare to go beyond the wall on a somewhat frequent basis. As they give you a nod, the gate is still open as you guys move forward, and as you guys do, like, it's still somewhat chilly, right? Like, you can definitely see that most of the snow at the moment has melted. There's still like little snowbanks that like are almost like melted or merged together with like most of the dirt. Like, it's very dirty snow around the city. But yeah, you guys move north, I presume, to see what is to come.
Yeah, so I guess there's like a path, I assume, that just leads north, yeah?
Correct, yeah, like there's like I said, like there's this improvised dirt, right? Because the soil here is very rich, right? So it used to be like completely pure green. But with travel through it, especially with carts filled with ores and just stone and such from the quarry / mine, a half day's travel. Like actually a full day's travel almost, actually, if you account for both things. Then yeah, like a natural path has been formed, yes.
Okay, yeah, just we're on the way.
All right.
Well, like as soon as we get out of the gate, Mort just like blows into between his gloves, and like summons Manarok as a bird that just like appears in ethereal feathers, and I just like send him forth and telling him telepathically to scout ahead, and should he have need of anything, come within range of speaking back to me telepathically and warn me.
All right. Yeah, you guys just travel forward. Like, there's not much wild animal life near the city per se, because that life that comes near is usually scared away, and just the general presence of just civilization and fire usually scares most creatures away. At least most wild life. As you guys move forward, seemingly and hopefully, uneventful, as you guys hit that split in the road where, for those who know, I believe none of you actually know. I don't believe any of your characters have seen this before, but there's this split in the road where it keeps going north, where you will find the road suddenly to stop and just being covered with the green that grows here. And of course, there is the path that arcs off to the west, supposedly to the mine, which is another half day's travel. So that's where you guys are at. About a half day's travel in, at a good solid pace. It's about maybe 1 p.m. as you guys, for the first time, move into territory that nobody actually has ever been in.
So I guess as we're making this point, and I guess we all just naturally veer north and keep moving along that way. I'm gonna look down towards Chitin and Chitin. You said you've lived here for 4 years, correct?
I've lived in the
Well,
city.
yes, and no one has ventured more than half a day's travel away in 4 years.
Not that I've heard of, no. I guess the mayor said that they've ranged a little bit out, but no further than this.
Seems very strange.
I think that they've been spending most of their time keeping the city where it is. They've been getting attacked. I know that the first couple of years that I was here was just things attacking us, trying to get the walls up and defending the city. And I think now that it's got to the point where we're kind of stable, again, like she said, there's nobody to go out apart from kind of just look around us.
This is true. We'll just need to be careful and be sure to keep your eye out for anything. I know you've never ventured forth beyond the walls.
I have
More than-
literally no idea what is out here. I have dealt with city folk all my life, and honestly, the weirdest thing I've ever seen was that Yeti before last week.
It was one of the biggest creatures that I have ever encountered as well. Just keep your wits about you and believe in yourself. We'll be good. And with that, I'm just gonna walk off ahead of him and sort of just tread a path forward. I want to look around too. Like, do we see anything? Like, what exactly do we see right now? Like, after we break like past the fork in the road. Like,
yeah, past the fork in the road. It's very reminiscent of Scottish Highlands. A lot of foothills that are covered with beautiful greens. A very little forestry, but a lot of rock formation pouring out of the ground. Some of it being covered in green, some of it being not covered in green. It looks very raw, very untouched. As you guys look around, and it is a stunning sight, but you are in the open. As you guys look around, with seemingly, it's very difficult to look quite far because of all the formations of rock and all those foothills that are blocking proper sight. But as far as you can see, looks pretty peaceful.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're keeping an eye out for things as we're moving along, but I guess we're just going to keep moving north.
Yeah.
Ozzy's just trying to keep an eye out for any kind of landmarks, I guess, to jot down on the map.
Oh, that's right.
I guess, like, as well, Ozzy, I would have given you, like, my paper and pens, or pen. I think I have one single pen. So I can't bother to, like, delete it and hand it to you and stuff. But essentially, you have an ink pen, a bottle of ink, and 8 sheets of paper at your disposal. From my hands.
I have most of those things except the paper. So.
Oh, you haven't? Okay, well, then I'm just handing you paper. Or I would have given you a sheet, at least, to scribble on.
Okay. And, like, you know, part of the time that I'm spending, like, trying to, figure out these landmarks and whatnot, I'm also, like, writing poetry in the margins, really fucking awful stuff. Just the worst crap that you can.
I spend most of my time, like, not looking at this poetry, though at some point I'm probably going to see it and be horrified. And,
like, as a bard, this offends you, like, deeply.
Yeah,
all
but
right.
I'm totally just next to Strongwalker, or at least, like, within sight of him, because, you know, he's the big strong one.
Right. Anyway, and you guys just keep moving forward, not at a very strong pace, as you guys, are in unknown territory, and yeah, the foothills seem somewhat endless, and the green is almost infinite. You guys really do get a certain feeling that you guys are completely and utterly alone. There's also not a lot of forestry around here, because most of the thick forest is more towards the direct east, where you found that druid circle where the destruction of the golem begun. As you guys move forward, however, you do notice that some of the rock formations that you guys have seen that are seemingly untouched, some of them towards the east seem to have aggressively been broken and smashed, as some of the green has been completely uprooted at certain markers. About 6 hours into your journey, as you guys look around, there's nothing seemingly out of the ordinary. However, I do want you guys to roll just a perception check, just to have an idea.
I roll one for my for Manarok as well.
Roll one with advantage because you have the Raven.
Okay. You can just count that then. It's a 13.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are looking around. And I guess apparently Davrik is still with us in spirit, but
God damn it! That makes me so sad.
the spirit is watching over us. But as you guys are looking around, Chitin, throw a 2d6 for me.
Roll 2d6. Jesus.
Let's see. Hold on. That's a 7, right? Yeah. Yeah, as you guys are looking around, you, in the far distance, far up north, see faint movement. Far in the distance of what seems to be a small party of humanoids, as best as you can ascertain at this distance. Far in the distance.
Strongwalker, I think that's people.
People who would be out here.
I have no idea, and I kind of look over to Mort, and because he has a bird.
Yeah, I think like Manrock's like already been like summoned. As soon as we all like got pointed out or something, I would have like summoned which summoned Manrock to me, and I'm like whispering to him. I'm like speaking like telepathically. I still pretend like I speak bird, and then I just like and blow him off into existence, and he flies. I just told him like, go check out the foothills. We saw some movement on them. They looked like tiny little people, maybe like Ozzy, maybe not like Ozzy. Those people might not yet exist.
Birds don't understand full sentence. You have to give them very simple commands.
It's telepathically, because he's a familiar bird.
Doesn't he still need to require like some simple command?
Oh shit.
I think Ace is right.
Because I don't believe you can have civilized political discussions with your bird.
With your pet bird.
Well, if you're familiar, you can communicate with it telepathically.
It doesn't specify?
No, I don't think so.
All right, then. Well, you essentially instruct it to scout ahead, correct?
It has a statistics, though it is a celestial, fae, friend, or fiend. It has the statistics of a raven, so probably can't really understand.
Well, I feel like warlocks get like an int boost, don't they? To like, if they take the familiar thing, the familiar becomes more intelligent.
No, they can actually summon more powerful, intelligent creatures than actually just giving the creature an intellect boost. But nonetheless, you essentially give it the instructions to scout ahead, correct?
Yeah.
All right, and it flies off. As it flies off into the distance, the only bird seemingly around in the middle of nowhere. As it flies off, does it have a range, or are you just quite literally just telling it to report back?
I can telepathically communicate within 100 feet, but its range is it doesn't have a range.
Okay, so like you're still talking to telepathically as it flies forward out of your reach, because this distance is quite far away. As you guys, what are you guys doing after seeing this group of humanoids in the far distance? What is it you guys do?
So is it just like a group of humanoids? Like, can we discern if they're like are they humans? Like, do they look overly tall or short, or
what do your half-elf eyes see?
What do they see?
Even with Chitin's special eyes, it's the only reason why you guys were able to even notice that group was because of the strength of his eyes. It's almost impossible to ascertain, what kind of species they are. They just look like humanoids at this point.
Are they just walking along, or are they around like a camp kind of thing, or can we not tell?
Very difficult to say. They don't seem to be sitting still. They definitely seem to be moving from west to east. But yeah, at this distance, it looks extremely small.
In that case, I feel like I'm going to talk to Strongwalker and say, in, say, an average brawl, how many normal human men could you fight one-on-one? Because there's more of them than there is of us.
It really depends on their skill. I would love to say that I could take 100 men, but you never know. It may be best to use caution here.
Well, I'm used to hiding in alleyways, and this is an open grass plains land.
Does it look as if they may have noticed us at all? Or
I have no idea. I can
We'll
just
know soon. They were quite far off. Manarok is coming back with information. If he dies, well, if he fades away because they killed his physical form, I'll be able to tell. At which point we know they're hostile. I suggest that we at least step off the road path or whatever we're in. Or if we saw them, because then if we saw them, they could see us. Object permanence and shit. We should at least travel.
Well, we're not on a path anymore, are we? I thought we left the path behind like hours ago.
We're just
find something to
Obstruct
I'll find
the
some
line of
Is
sight.
there anywhere that we can kind of hide behind
Yeah,
if they happen?
like
to
there's a lot of
way?
foothills there, and there's a lot of rock formation. Like on the right side, there's an immediate rock formation where the ground is somewhat uprooted, and the rock formation itself has been knocked down. So there's plenty of place to hide behind that, and the foothills itself lend themselves, especially at this distance, to grand enough cover as long as you account for the curvature of the hill and stay low to the ground.
Mort does just that.
I guess, yeah, we should just find the easiest place that we can hunker down behind until the Raven comes back, right?
I agree. I also think that it may be best to inform Eve of these people or whoever they are before we encounter them ourselves.
Make a stealth check, all of you.
Oh boy.
These rolls, though. That jack of all trades boost I got.
It's crazy, dude. It's +1 to everything, isn't it?
Yeah, well, my stealth is only +3.
It's not like you need it. You crit the shit out of it.
Yeah. It's like you just for some reason.
Now
Chitin,
you're just gloating.
Chitin just like vanishes suddenly in thin air, right? Poof. You
was a wood elf, so I can hide in like light rain or some shit. I think
there's some skill there.
I'm also a halfling, and as a halfling, a light.
You get to hide behind people.
Yep.
If you want to, yeah. Like your entire, the entire group here is able to like find their way behind obstruction rather quickly, and as far as you can ascertain from this distance, especially, you have gone unnoticed. You were able to like act quick enough before they were able to see you or notice you.
Does Mort just like hold up 2 branches and like pretend to be a tree?
That
like
fits his in the past. Like that fits Mort's ability on stealth checks. So either way,
yeah. They seem to continue move left, and you guys wait a couple of minutes as as the Raven flies back. Car.
Yeah. So I speak. God, since we already described that it can't really communicate to me. I guess I just ask him, Manarok, what did you see?
Like he tries to telepathically communicate with you, and he says, to the best of your ability to decipher,
Would it
creatures.
just be pictures of like the scene that he saw?
No, it was beyond the range of his special ability to take over his senses. So this is like quite literally his to talk to his bird.
You gotta interpret, yeah.
Yeah. Like, and he says, strangers.
Do they look like me or any of us?
No.
Are they green colored?
No.
Do you see the color of their skin in the landscape around us?
Do ravens see color?
I don't
Or are
know.
they like dogs?
Like he's like I don't believe like this raven is special. He sees color. But he as he kind of looks around, it's he like you see him like think when he starts looking at like some of the colors of the rock, but he doesn't really know what to say.
Eyes wise, are they Ozzy? Are they me? Or are they Strongwalker?
And she say Strongwell. Car.
Oh
Strongwalker.
fuck! I look towards everyone coming out of like my telepathic communication stance, and I like stand up and brush myself off. Well, if I had to do something, it would be some sort of perhaps orc, bugbear, perhaps any sort of large physical type creatures. What we could deduce from that being tribal-esque, living in the mountains, which would be a military style culture. Strongwalker, they might actually be your kin.
It sounds
Goliath live out
potential. I have never heard of any of Goliath kind living on this side. It's possible. So
We certainly don't want to. We don't need more enemies.
But what if they're friendly Goliaths like Strongwalker? We could. I mean, Eve said she needed people to bolster the numbers and look at outposts. If they have a settlement, we could, in treaty with them, and then we would have that outpost naturally.
We might
trade,
be well
etc.
skilled in that sense. I forgot one thing, and I and go back, like eyes roll back into telepathic. Actually, I don't have to do that to telepathic. Doesn't matter. I ask him, I go, are they coming this way?
No.
And I look at him again. Do they look hostile? Are they wearing weapons?
As you say, are they hostile? He kind of like just does this twitchy thing that birds do, and just kind of like starts pecking other things, loses interest. And as you say, are they wearing weapons? Car.
Okay. And I thank you, Manarok. You've been amazing. And I dismiss him with a snap of my fingers. These
just like this puff.
And I look towards the rest as I just explode him and it just disappears. They aren't coming this way. At least they are not. If I wasn't clear about
Well, maybe we should follow them. Could we do that? Do you think, or
it's a risky endeavor? Are any of us skilled trackers?
I have tracked in the past, but nothing to this extent.
I've never tracked anything, but I'm pretty good at everything I do now.
Cocky Chitin.
God damn it, we know Chitin already. Jesus.
Really,
Just a little. All right, I'm a little bit better at what I can do.
Truly
now,
a jack of all trades, but a master of none.
basically.
Aye.
Well,
So, what is it you guys want to do? You guys are about a little bit over 6 hours away from the town right now. It's about 3 p.m. Give or take.
Do we track these down? They could make a hassle for us on our way back should we run into them hostile-wise.
It's probably in our best interest to keep an eye on them so they do not creep up on us.
We might have problems tracking. This is their territory. They know it better. Ambush could lie in wait.
Then what do you what would you recommend, Mort?
How dire is the need for guards back in Amaron?
I'd look to Chitin.
I mean, we need them, but probably not at the cost of our lives. But I do think that there is something to be said for diplomacy. You never know. We could walk over in their open arms, invite us in for a.
Here's what I suggest. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. This giant golem here is friends of no one. They must also hate the giant golem. Well, maybe not hate the giant golem, but whatever. You get what I mean. We could at least have some semblance of peaceful communication between us and them. Thus, when the time needs, the golem does make way. We might be able to form an alliance.
They might have information on the golem.
From that being said, I believe between my skills, Chitin's skills, and, Ozzy's adorableness, perhaps, and Strongwalker's beautiful, goddamn physical presence, we might
just amazing abs every time I look.
They're impeccable.
I think we can do this. If we are to track these monsters down, we need to get moving now.
I'm not saying we like run up to them and say hi. I'm just saying we find out like where they.
Let's not be stupid about it. Am I right?
We need more
We could
information.
go and see if they have like an outpost, a dwelling area, or something, but not at the risk of our own lives.
I am still surprised that there has been no run-ins with the town and with these people, with them being so close together. I would almost guarantee that these, whoever they are familiar of the settlement.
And maybe they're afraid of us.
It's possible. Mort, did you said the creatures were large in stature, correct?
Your size, yes.
If they are indeed my kin, I may be able to persuade them into discussion. But again,
do you speak giant? Does anybody speak giant?
In giant, I say, of course I do.
Oh fuck! All right, well, that's amazing. I think it's time we move. We're already losing time.
I think he just suffered some sort of stroke. I have no idea what he just said.
It sounds something like I don't even know what. It's like really guttural and real dirty. Yeah,
like really weird sounding noises all of a sudden.
Yeah.
All right, you guys move forward.
That's what we're doing. Yep.
I suggest we send Strongwalker ahead, perhaps with the bird, and you try and track them, and we'll try and
follow me,
and we'll track
and we'll
you.
stay a safe distance away.
I'm okay. Yeah. As we come up with that plan, that does work. I'm okay with leading the way. Just be sure to stay within range if anything happens. I may be able to handle myself in battle, but
might I pose a quick alternative? I believe we should be in pairs. Me and Ozzy in the back, Strongwalker Chitin in the front. Should Strongwalker have need of a charismatic diplomacy Titan, you are there. I can be with you guys in my bird form while using mana rocks from time to time. And me and Ozzy can catch up quickly and fire from a distance should we have need. If they ambush you, Strongwalker is there. I think it's a foolproof.
Fine.
Lead the way, Strongwalker.
I'm more than happy to stick with Strongwalker for multiple reasons.
Yeah. All right, so Strongwalker in the front with Chitin, Ozzy, and Mort in the back. You guys keep an eye on that other group as they just seem to move more and more east. But as you guys move forward, perhaps another solid hour goes by as you kind of just travel straight north, perhaps a little bit slower, just to make sure you guys, stay hidden. You start noticing that the golem seems to have moved past here. More and more land seems to be aggressively uprooted. There's chunks missing out of foothills. The rock formations that once naturally occurred have been artificially destroyed. As you can just see the complete destruction.
Ozzy would probably, be making note of this on the map, like where the golem did this stuff. And he would also be trying to sense the magical energy just to confirm, if it is in fact the golem or if it's, something else.
Yeah, throw an Arcana check then. Yeah. Because you are proficient in that, correct?
Yes, I'm proficient in Arcana.
There you go. 15. Yeah. As you take a moment, having been close to that massive golem, you take a moment to feel some kind of residue, and as you kind of know what you're supposed to focus on, having had such a close encounter, you indeed have the feeling that there was a large creature of great magical power near here that caused this effect. There's this residue that you can sense. Not any time recent though, and it seems to also align with the fact that you saw that creature move north from its location once it's erected. Yes. So you kind of once you figured it out, you are almost absolutely certain that the golem did this, and that it isn't recent.
Okay, so yeah, I just sort of motion to the rest of the group, and I just say,
the golem hasn't been through here for a while. The energies are not nearly as strong as they were when we first encountered it here. So it must have been this destruction must have happened from when it first came through. We saw it moving through here a few weeks ago.
Golem could be very far by now. Well, these
Yeah.
creatures are bound to know of its existence, however.
I would assume so. I mean, they seem to be traveling through here and they're only a few hours away.
There's no way they would not be aware of such a creature.
Well, unless they're a ranging party like we are.
This is true.
I still think the golem,
But the coincidence would
the golem approach teaming up with each other against the golem, should the need arise, is the diplomatic approach that we take. Did they use force? We use force. I don't think there's any reason not to.
If they use force, I'm running away.
Ozzy. Oh, you wanted to die anyway.
Ozzy just sort of like looks up at Strongwalker, just for like a good like couple seconds, and then he looks back down at Mort.
When
and
he
back up at Strongwalker,
7.
and then back at Mort, and Ozzy just says,
"Oh my!" You said y'all have 7.
So there was 7 of them, right?
"Yeah, that's what I thought." I heard.
Well, I guess we should move forward and start tracking.
I'm gonna like take lessons of tracking from you as we do so. You're like you want to look for broken tree parts and some smushed down grass here, and I have no idea how to track things in real life. I'm so sorry.
I'm just trying to point things out. I only barely know, so I'm doing my best. So yeah,
Much like I am just from London, and I understand how to track like buses.
Yeah, close enough, right?
Too.
So what is that you guys exactly want to do at the moment?
So I guess it's me and Chitin, and I guess the bird are going forward, and they are they're staying within range, but they're trailing
way further back.
Use the bird if we need them, basically. So
well, you guys stay and keep going north. Another half hour passes. You guys have been traveling for almost a full day straight now, starting very early. It's about, give or take, at this point, 5 p.m. I guess
What time would you say we left?
Just before noon.
Okay.
Like a full day travel is about 8 hours, right? So, like you guys left around, what was it, 10, 11 or so? Give or take?
Yeah, around then. So, maybe a little earlier.
Yes, it's about 7 hours. Let's say it's about 7 hours into the travel. The scouting party you guys once, presumably the scouting party as you guys dubbed it.
How much longer does it look like till nighttime? Like, is it dusk yet, or?
Oh, it's about 5 p.m. So like the sun is definitely on its decline.
Well, it's like winter right now.
That's coming out of winter.
The other side, I think. Yeah.
We're coming out of winter. It's
yeah.
Okay.
Like as you look around, like you see a lot of snowbanks and like, especially around the snowbanks that are like around the uprooted dirt, like they're all kind of like merged together, like a disgusting snow. But most of it has been melted or thawed away, as the green once again seems to shine brightly.
Beautiful. So yeah, we're heading onwards.
I figure we should not stop until we actually have a decent lead on where, like, because if we stop, we have to pick up the trail again the next day.
Yeah, which we might not even be able to do. So
when we find when Strongwalker actually goes, that's a footprint. They go in that direction. We set up camp.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, like about around that mark, because you can see.
And we're not like running, are we? We're just kind of moving cautiously forwards.
Exactly. So about 30 minutes of like solid straight travel crosses as you kind of estimate that this is the place where you could where you saw those creatures. Well, on that 7 hour mark, you notice that they're as you guys looking around. Throw a perception check if you guys want.
Everyone.
Yeah, no, the two people in front.
Okay.
Does that include me?
Your
Maybe
bird.
With your bird.
Yeah, you could, but I'm assuming you'd be flying quite high.
Oh shit! Are we about to have an apocalypse?
Yeah,
Titan
just
got
sort of-
below a 10.
It's all over.
Oh.
It's all
What?
over. That jack of all trades is worth shit.
Manor, got a 19.
I'm retiring this character at the end of this
What?
session.
I am so confused. What?
Titan rolled below a 10.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, Jesus. He's just like not
And
paying
the stream.
attention.
The hole has been ripped in the
But yeah,
space
like Strongwalker, as you are looking around for those tracks, you indeed find a bunch of tracks that seemingly seem to go from west to east as expected, as you kind of know where to look exactly. And in some of the soft mud that that is still kind of there due to the combination of snow being spread around, you do notice quite a few bit of footprints.
Footprints. Okay, so I guess from here we could actually be able to track in the ground. Like it's 7 people. They said he said that they were the size of me. So that's like you should be able to track 7 people, all like 400 pounds plus, trudging through muddy earth. So once we find that, I turn to the group. It's sun starting to set. Perhaps we camp here for the night. We may not. We may be in the open, but it may be our best bet. Is there any cover nearby? Maybe like a rock, like maybe like something that would give us potential cover. We could maybe camp out behind, set our tents up like behind a rock face, so we know where the trail is, but we're out of sight if they were to look back at us. Maybe to protect against the fire or.
Yeah, there's plenty of rock formations that still stand. Some of them are fallen. Like if you're being creative, like you can definitely use some of them to like set camp up next to and maybe stay out of the wind or possibly out of a particular perspective of visual range.
Yeah, that's sort of like where I lead the group to, is somewhere where we're protected, like kind of from the wind, I guess, because we're so close to them in an embankment, but we're also out of line of sight if they look back or whatever. So
yeah, you find like a large rock formation that kind of comes out of one of the foothills. And that's like a very flat surface on one end, which is probably why you're gonna set up camp, as it kind of like looms over and gives you like this cover against the wind and quite a bit of shielding from anybody who might otherwise see you. As you guys,
So as we kind of catch up to the front, I kind of asked Strongwalker, "Well, so how much ground have we made up, if any?"
It is truly hard to say. They are still without I can't see them. However, their track should be quite easy to follow. There were 7 of them, and they were of large stature, so we shouldn't have any issues following them.
Well, seeing as these are humanoid beasts, I would probably say it's a safe bet that they would be camping with a fire tonight.
More than likely. Perhaps you could send out your bird in the evening and look for any light or anything like that.
well, granted,
At the very least.
remember that you guys just straight up went north and met those footprints as they went the complete opposite direction, right?
They were going east, didn't they?
Yeah, they
were
went
going
straight.
east.
They went straight east, and you guys went north. And it's hard to say that they actually would stop walking as well, right? Like you don't
That's
know where.
true. They might just keep going. Yeah.
Like you guys are at like the end. Like you guys are about 7 hours. A normal travel day is about 8 hours.
Yeah.
You don't know how long they've been traveling for.
And okay, and so I kind of go, well, we don't want to overpush ourselves. I can send Manarok out while you guys sleep. I'll be meditating anyway. I have things to do.
Right.
Sounds good.
How cold does it get at night? Is it an utter requirement that we have a fire?
It does get quite chilly without. Like if you have very warm clothing, you probably could get away with it.
I mean, we
But-
bought tents, and I also sprung the extra for the blanket. So I
It's-
think
Since
We,
like most of the
have
worst of the
fire.
winter is over, since it's like the worst of the winter, you could probably get away with it.
because if we're looking for a fire, they're probably looking for a fire as well, and they might have their own little raven.
It's possible.
I'd
Alright.
say we just eat our rations, whatever dry food we've got, get in the tents, get a few hours kip, and then head out.
Yeah, I agree with Chitin.
All right, you guys set up camp.
Honestly, my feet are killing me because I never walk this much ever.
Yeah, you guys sit down behind this rock formation, shielded from most of the wind, luckily enough, as well as from most of the sides from being spotted. And it's quite a large rock formation, luckily enough. Yeah, like it, dusk is setting in slowly as you guys set up camp. Make sure, roll for me a perception check for your bird.
Yeah.
Mort.
I mean, I'm just going to climb into a tent with Ozzy and cuddle up.
Right. Like, he flies up and gets that height, so he can see a lot further away. And he does spot a few things. But, as he goes down, like, do you want to ask him a few questions or something? He does say, "Caw."
Back.
Hmm?
Yeah, so, like, I guess I would pop out of my meditation quickly. Ask him, did you find anything?
Caw.
We can... I'm just playing 20 questions with Ace.
Pretty much.
Was it the same things that you saw earlier?
He stays quiet.
Were they different things? Oh, that's a dumb question. Were they alive?
He stays quiet.
Was it a landform?
What?
A landform, like rocks and mountains or a statue or something. You said you found interesting things.
And he kind of looks at you as if he doesn't exactly know how to respond to that question.
Look, Manrock, you're gonna have to work with me here. Not a freaking telepath. What would be interesting? Charades. What are we talking? What's interesting?
At this point, as you guys are eating and drinking as well, presumably, you see... As you guys are eating and drinking, you see... what's your bird's name again? Sorry?
Manorock.
Yeah, Manorock. As you see Manorock, like, a Strongwalker might be eating and drinking. As Manorock kind of looks at you funny, Mort, as you try to explain to him, you gotta work with me here, fucking bird. As he kind of like flies over to Strongwalker, and as he takes a sip, you hear Manorock just go caw, as he like kind of lands up, as he lands on Strongwalker's shoulder.
You found water, ale, wine, to water.
A nacho cheese fountain?
Suddenly a tree arises from the ground and smacks Ozzy 30 foot into the fucking floor. Whoops.
Was it a still body of water or a moving body of water? Still body of water?
Like,
we're going to play 20 questions until I get this answer.
At this point, like, I kind of looks at you like, your raven is not that super intelligent, right?
Right.
I think it's very difficult for him to ascertain, especially from this distance, if it actually was moving or not.
Is the water big?
Caw.
Could you see the other side?
Stays quiet.
Curious. Did you like it?
Caw.
I turned back and I went, my raven's apathetic as fuck. But I just like and explode him, and then I like resummon him and explode him again. I look back to I like wake up the group. I like go into Ozzy's and Strongwalker's tent. I'm like, guys, hey, wake up, hey. I start messaging them both like into their minds, like, hey, wake up. You're not
What
dreaming.
do you
Wake
want,
up.
Mort?
Oh, finally. I mean, now that I realize that this is actually quite stupid of me to say and wake you up for, but there's a body of water over there. Done. Have a good night. See ya. I forgot you need sleep, and I'll like walk away.
Ozzy just sort of like looks slowly at Chitin and says,
You see what I have to deal with?
Oh yeah, sort of understand I had to go up a mountain with him, and he tried to kill me twice. I
you
think
know how many-
unintentionally.
Do you know how many times I asked Aoth to sacrifice Morgan in place of Davrik? He
I
said he
guess
couldn't do it though.
I guess Kyton's just going to roll over and pull the blanket up some more and be like, I'm just going to try and get some shut eye, and if he opens this tent again, can't you do some sort of hellish rebuke?
There
So
are
you got-
different kinds of things that I can do to him. Yeah.
All right, so dusk settles as light conversations dies out when the tiredness kicks in after almost a full days of travel. 7 hours of continuous forward motion can even tire out the most athletic of people. So you guys just all go to bed. Yeah, get a good night's rest.
Yep.
All right. Night falls, midnight comes around. Let's see. Roll D100. One of you. Bobby, roll D100.
Sure. $72.
All right. So who's in tents?
I am not.
Wait, you're
But-
you're just sleeping on the ground?
Yep.
Yeah, he's a Goliath. He doesn't care. He's not a pussy.
Yep.
Ozzy's a pussy.
Yeah, Kyton's pussy. He's in a tent.
I
under a
have
blanket.
At least they're warm.
I have the
Right.
cloak all pulled up like a blanket.
Snuggled right in.
I'm warm as fuck.
Yeah.
All right. So the Goliath is sleeping. Everybody's kind of sleeping. It's as uno momento, por favor. You as everything seems to be going fine, you're getting your rest. As suddenly, Strongwalker, you are awakened aggressively by this extreme, painful, tearing feeling around your throat.
Oh my god.
Tearing feeling like just awoken. Like it's just tearing on my. Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna start
I thought Mana Rock was on, or I thought.
Oh, the bird was dispelled, remember? And nobody
No-
took
oh,
watch.
God.
Nobody took watch. Everybody's sleeping. As this creature, as you wake up, the first thing you see besides the night is these two golden eyes right near your face as your throat is being ripped open. And I want you to roll initiative. After I roll damage taken.
No, I don't want to roll initiative. I just.
All right.
Can
ripped
we
open.
stay in this moment instead? Because this is going to be.
Oh sweet god.
Player, please, dear God.
Hold on.
Vampire rabbits. Yeah.
Because you were technically sleeping, unconscious.
I was out.
So not only is that an automated hit, so I don't even have to roll, it might actually be worse than that. It might be a crit.
Oh my god.
Because you were considered unconscious. Unconscious? Unconscious?
Yeah, unconscious. Yeah.
I believe it is.
If it's a displacer beast, I am the freak. We had one of those before.
Yeah.
I'm still hoping for Mind Flayer.
Alright, so... Mind Flayer? No. Alright.
Yeah, they just came out of the Underdark.
Yeah, look, the golem has uprooted a little bit too much, right? Pissed off a beholder or two. Or, a dragon beholder. Some shit like that.
Like just
Dragon
quickly,
beholder?
I had thought that that Sam had said that he was taking watch with his bird.
No,
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah,
he
that's why I was
dispelled his
just-
bird. He dispelled his bird.
It was implied before we made camp, but then we had an RP scene, and then I didn't.
Yeah, and he dispelled him. And he didn't dispel him back. I'm sorry, you guys didn't decide to take watch.
No, that's
Nonetheless,
fine. I just want to make sure what happened.
you guys feel this intense freaking stabbing pain, like you a strong walker. As I try to find a particular token, but I can't find it because apparently the game hates me.
In before owlbear.
I assure you, it does not. It is not an owlbear. What I'm trying to find is something somebody fought previously. Hold on.
Bye-bye.
Roll20 is not doing the thing I wanted to do. Shit. Anyway, let me roll damage as well then. Alright. I'd get your characters on the sheet if you guys want to. I'll tap you guys there. Anyway, let me roll some damage. Because it is indeed an automated crit.
Oh no.
Oh my fucking god.
So you take a total of 4d6 plus 4 damage. You take 21 piercing damage.
Okay. I'm not down.
Oh.
My throat is ripped to absolute shit.
I
have no neck anymore.
You take 21 piercing damage. Your throat bleeds open as blood just comes pouring down your chest like a waterfall. As you open your eyes and you start to retaliate, you are met innately with complete darkness and 2 golden eyes near your face, as the following feeling can only be described as complete and utter dread, completely washing over your body.
Yeah, so the second that happens, I'm literally like, it's audible. I'm letting out a guttural Goliath giant yell right now as much as I can. The second that this is happening, it's like, "Ugh!" Loud enough that would be like echoing as much as I can. So it should wake them, unless they don't sleep ever, or they can't be woken, I should say.
Unless they, yeah, unless they're not sleeping.
Yeah, I don't know.
Suddenly everybody, you guys are being aggressively woken by this howling, painful, angry sound that just echoes through the entire valley from outside. What do you guys do?
Well, I'm out of the tent.
Yeah, Ozzy just sort of like jumps up and like looks around like all wild and sees Chitin hop out.
Yeah, I'll like get out of the tent as fast as I can to try and find out what the fuck is going on.
All right.
I would just sort of drunkenly follow.
Are you drunk?
No, just that sleep stupor.
Oh yeah.
Come on, who else stumbles like a drunken idiot like after they get out of bed like in the morning?
Me.
Like I like smack into the wall.
I'm
like,
up. I literally get up and I'm dancing and stuff. I'm
Who the fuck are you, Brad?
I do. I get up and I'm
Why
like,
don't you roll some more fucking crits, you son
I
of
have
a
100% energy at the start of the day. And
From the get-go.
Yeah, like I wake up with the energy and then it's gone.
Alright. So what I want you guys to do is not only get your characters into position where you were sleeping. I'm assuming that that your character was sleeping next to the wall somewhere.
Yeah, I would have just been leaning up against the wall. Like I assume we set up camp against the wall. I would have been like set up against the wall.
Yeah, like in this massive this massive looking creature is just, tearing into your throat. I should just let this out, this guttural roar that was silenced by like the blood kind of like filling your mouth and making you almost drown and choke on it.
Like a gurgling.
Alright, so we have Mort in one tent, we had Ozzy, and of course let's get Chitin in here as well. There you go, Chitin is here.
Yay, there I am.
Alright, you can drag your icon yourself right into it, right?
I don't know. Can I do that? I don't use Roll20 properly for my stuff.
If you select your name, you can just drag it in next time. Alright, so I want you guys to roll initiative. We see Ozzy still being in the tent with Chitin. As Chitin just started trying to run out of the tent. So let me draw that tent real quick. Like it's a two-person.
Chitin is not like me then. He does do the drunken, just woken up stumble thing.
Yeah. Well, like the first thing you were woken up aggressively by this massive howl that echoes through the valley that is then silenced by this guttural choking sound. You don't know what the hell is going on because you're inside the tent. And it's dark, there's no fire, there's no light. There's just utter darkness at the moment.
Ozzy's just yelling, "Where the heck is Mart?
So I roll, everybody make sure to roll initiative if you haven't already. I believe everybody has already. Beautiful.
Yep.
Let me roll initiative as well, and we will get going. Because you guys are also all caught by surprise, so you guys don't get to act in the first round of combat.
Joy. Dead.
Yay. I'm gonna die.
Hold on. Alright, 15. So descending order. So Ozzy can't act because you are surprised. Hero, you are surprised. The creature once again tries to like bite into you, like you try to slap it off, you know, as you're bleeding. As it once again tries to attack you. 18.
That hits.
Alright, you take 11 piercing damage.
I am down.
Alright, this massive, this large, dark creature bites down on his neck and just tears it asunder. As this massive Goliath, once fought, undestructible, has now been downed indefinitely. So make your first death saving throw.
Okay, hold on. Where did my character?
Already?
Yep.
I thought he's supposed to make that on his next turn.
That was my.
Oh yeah, like no, like this is his turn, but since he's essentially downed, I'll allow him to make one. So make a death saving throw.
It is his first turn.
Yeah, it is my first. So.
It is his first turn because it's still a death saving throw.
No, my point is, why is he even doing one at all?
No, because he was down on the wolf's turn. His turn. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this
What
is
did he
turn
roll
now.
for initiative?
11.
Right after.
70. So yeah, it's one safe. One safe.
Oh.
We're good. Brad, you don't get to act.
No.
Ozzy, your turn.
Yeah, so
finally-
Ozzy like bursts forth from the tent, and he like immediately sees a wolf. Like
You see nothing.
You know how black it is.
Yeah.
All right, so Ozzy's gonna burst forth from the tent, and he's like, "What's going on?" And he's going to like just ready like an attack. Like he's gonna summon forth the power in his gauntlet, and as soon as he sees anything, you know, that doesn't look like a friend, he's gonna try and Eldritch Blast it.
Right, like the only thing you see slightly is glimpses of golden eyes kind of roaming through the night, and you are also overwhelmed now that you kind of found your footing outside the tent. You are overwhelmed with this sense of dread, a sense of dread you have once felt before in the tunnel network. As when you were fighting a large, dark creature with fur black as night, indeed golden eyes, golden padding on its feet, and a tail almost twice as long as its body. You know exactly what this is. You perhaps are not able to put a name by it, but you know what you're fighting.
Okay, but do I see it? Like,
You do not see it as darkness. It's utter, complete darkness. There's no fire, no light, no torch, nothing.
okay, yeah. I mean, Ozzy's just sort of like prepared. Like, if he sees anything like come close to him that's not, you know, like something he knows, he's gonna just fucking open up.
Hero, you're still dead. You still gotta change that name.
My name is changed. It's the token's name.
Then
Because the
change-
token is still.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how to change my token from Brad to at least Bard.
You should be able.
Hero.
Again, I don't use Roll20 properly.
God damn it! Now I just. Mort wakes up out of his bed from the blood, or he like wakes up from like meditation, like opening one eye, oh dear, and like crawls to the ground to the edge of the tent and like opens it. See? Just peeking out.
You see nothing. It's utter darkness. It's night.
Like, well, I have dark vision. Is it magical dark
Oh,
vision?
you have dark vision, and but there's no source of light there. It's complete darkness.
0 stars or moon tonight?
There's gotta be some, like, it's never like pitch
Fair
black.
enough. Well, there's
could be
there's
dark.
very little light.
I guess
Okay,
it
let me
could
put it this way: with the very little light that you have, because the moon is currently being blocked by this massive rock formation, and there's very little stars, and it is clouded. It's not sunny. You know, there are massive amounts of clouds, but the very little light that you can find vague shapes of a small creature to the east of you, like, and straight ahead of you, you see shapes of something on the ground and something that moves right above it. You cannot ascertain what it is.
I see other shapes.
Yeah, you do see movement in front of you, yes. But it's almost impossible to tell what's going on.
I am going to look at my bullseye lantern. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna turn around and quickly like turn the bullseye lantern.
That takes your entire action just to light it.
Yep.
Alright, so light up now. There's this light coming out of your tent.
Since there's light coming out of his tent, dude, does that, like, give me vision of this guy?
If he puts it out, like, his tent starts to glow, so it gives a very dim light just outside of his tent. Still leaving the Goliath and this creature casted in darkness. It's a very spotlighty thing, and he's not, you know, are you aiming it at the shapes, Mort?
Yeah.
Alright, so you come out of your tent, you shine it. You shine it out.
Take a hand out of the door of the tent and just stick it onto the ground and like peek through the flap of the tent.
Alright, yeah, and what you see is, especially, you know, since he's not properly pouring out of the tent, but you see, Ozzy, is the Goliath with a gaping neck wound, blood pouring down, and this dark creature that you have seen once before looming over it, kind of just chewing at his neck.
You again?
And yeah, I mean, I had this action ready. I mean, I assume I would just, as soon as I could fucking see this thing, I'm gonna blast the hell out of it.
All right, give me a spell attack with disadvantage. 15. That hits. You recognize the enemy, even though you have this overwhelming sense of dread. You're able, but you were ready for it. This force of chaotic energy slams into its sides, knocking the creature to the wall. As it takes 10 force damage.
Let me show you the abyss!
Alright, beautiful. Which brings us more. Do you still move or anything, or?
I peek out, and so I see. What do we see here? It's a four-legged thing.
Yeah, like as you look out, you see this. I don't believe you have ever seen them, have you?
I don't think.
Maybe no. The hero had seen them. No, you have never seen them. What you see is this massively large dog-like creature, but more sharp in its features, and very almost like spike-like fur. It's still just hair as far as you can ascertain, but it's kind of shaped in like sharp points, and a tail that kind of like swirls around its body, almost twice its size. It has this dark, glowing, golden eyes, and other slight golden features like golden padding below its feet as it walks around. You can kind of catch a glimpse of that through the light. But the but the thing that you really feel and catch is this overwhelming supernatural sense of dread that just kind of almost freezes you to the core.
Okay. Mort is going to step out. He steps out boldly from the tent. In full dress. He never gets undressed. Like slips on the glove, spellcasting gloves. Like holds his hand out like this, and I'm going to ready color spray should this thing try to come get me. I'm just going to be like, come after me.
Like you can't ready an action because you use your action to light the lantern and such.
Okay, so oh, this is the same turn.
Yeah, this is still the same turn.
Oh, okay, well then I'm hiding in the tent.
Like
I can't do anything.
Your light triggered Mort's your light that you casted upon the creature triggered Ozzy's readied action.
Okay.
Alright, so once again this creature took this blast from Ozzy, slammed to the side, and you don't see the eyes focus on you, Ozzy. as they pierce at you, and you can truly feel that sense of just complete and utter misfortune just strike at you as it leaps from the Goliath, as it's like its mouth covered in like dark crimson, as it jumps on you and takes a bite, or tries to take a bite out of you. 25.
Oh yeah, that's a hit.
I think so.
Oh, you're kidding.
Good night, sweet prince.
2 success plus 4. You take 16 piercing damage.
What?
Good night.
What the fuck?
Good night. Good night, everybody.
These fucking rolls, man.
It's not over yet. It's not over yet, okay? Jack
Not
of all
over
trades.
yet. Don't worry about it.
Alright. Yeah, I mean, it hurts. It hurts.
You still had temporary hit points as well, didn't you?
I do. I
So
do.
make sure to subtract those as well. Alright, the Goliath bleeding out as the life force that keeps you alive very much is leaving your body in the most literal sense ever. I want you to make a second death saving throw. You fail.
I'm gonna
Titan.
get a 1 this time.
You
Alright,
aggressively
so-
wake from this slumber, and there's a lot of ruckus going on.
Yeah, as I'm stumbling outside, so I've got dark vision too, but can I see anything?
Yeah, like
Or-
there's a light now. You see pretty much everything. And what you
Alright.
see is neat is this dark creature, dog-like, sharp features, golden trimmings of it, you know, with the glowing eyes, the golden pads. And you too, as you realize what's going on, are completely overwhelmed with this sense of dread.
The first thing, I guess, apart from being utterly frightened of this creature that I see is my best friend, my BFF, my bro TP, bleeding out from a horrendous wound in his neck.
Correct.
And I'm gonna close my eyes and then open them and probably scream, "Strong Walker." No. As I immediately healing word him.
Alright.
Because without him, we are so dead. So.
Alright, yeah, give him a heal. 6.
Close my eyes again. I think, as I open them, like there's a flash of green, like a fiery green from my eyes, and that's going to remain as I lean in close to this creature. Like the fear overwhelms me and grips my heart, but I'm going to whisper to him, "Flee into the night, foul beast," as I cast Dissonant Whispers as my action. On
Right.
whatever it is, in the hopes that this triggers everything in the world to kill it.
Yeah, alright. It's a
Wait,
wisdom
is Ozzy
saving.
down?
Ozzy's not down, no.
Alright.
Alright. Well, 1d20 plus 1. 12. Alright, it takes 13 psychic damage first.
So, again, my eyes, small flame, green flame from them, and this, my tongue flickers out like a snake's for just a second, and then it all disperses as the creature deals with this dissonant whispers.
Alright. Yeah, the moment, at this point it will use its reaction to straight up move away 50 feet from you. Also, you healed for 6 hit points, Strong Walker, so you are conscious again and able to move on your next turn.
Do we get opportunity attacks on this thing?
Because I would
Yeah.
have been up before.
It was on top of me.
Yeah, you all get, I would say, yeah. The fact that he doesn't forcefully move, but will moved from his own free will, technically, you guys all get, indeed, an attack of opportunity on it.
The funny thing though is that my attack of opportunity is going to be with my little tiny fist.
Punch him in the nuts.
Yeah. It has to be done with a melee attack, and you guys all have a disadvantage on this, so give me some attack rolls.
Why do we have disadvantage on it?
Feature. But you don't know why.
Oh.
You're just overwhelmed with a
I've-
sense of dread.
I
misfortune.
take a stab at it as well. Is that
Alright.
Yeah, you guys.
I wasn't within range. Okay, I wasn't raging, so
You're prone though as well.
I didn't have my dagger
Right.
out, so I didn't have my dagger out, so I guess I'm doing this with my fist.
Now you can use your dagger if you want. You can use your dagger if you want.
Okay, that makes things easier.
Like unsheathing your weapon is technically a free action, so I'll allow it. But not that it matters. The only person who actually strikes true, even with the overwhelming sense of dread, is Strongwalker himself.
So like I kind of want to like as I come to like I get this. How did you heal me, by the way, Brad? Like how did
I just screamed your name, but I don't know if I can shout in Irish, so I didn't really attempt it. But I probably went Strongwalker, and and then but like again because I have this like magical voice, my eyes would have flashed with like a green fire and then woken you up.
Okay, like I probably would have. I
guess you're like your throat would have healed slightly, it would have sealed shut enough.
Yeah. So
Right.
I probably would have woken up by like, it was probably an audible thing because you're a bird. But that's how I would have woken up and I would have just I would have known that I've been attacked twice by this beast. And I would have gotten up, one-handed, grabbed edge and just swung it at this beast as it was going away. And was that a disadvantage, right? So I don't get crit damage on that, correct?
Correct.
So I only get the
only the 9 damage. Yeah. And you were not raging, so there's no bonus damage on the rage either. Ozzy, you see once again the Goliath rise as this dark creature decided to leg it.
Okay. How about some more? Chase the abyss!
And throw out another Elder's Blast.
Yeah, like even though your enthusiasm is noted, unfortunately your Eldritch Blast does not strike true as it kind of like scatters to the side and blows up a little bit of green, but the creature seems
the thing
unharmed.
just like kicked the shit out of me, so I'm just like
Which brings us to Mort. You haven't done anything productive in this fight so far, as everybody else is joining the fray besides turning on the light. What is
it's actually a big help.
That was the best thing that could have happened.
Mort like comes out of the tent like fully dressed, mask is now on, and like mage hands the bullseye lantern like above everybody to shine it on everyone. Is everyone? Oh my God, Ozzy, you're holy shit! Oh wow, Strongwalker, you look great by the way. But Ozzy, I'm just like standing there. I'm like, we need potions now, huh?
Speaking of potions, does anybody have one?
Ozzy's like midway. Like drinking.
Doug? I was about to just grab Ozzy. Just like,
No, you can't drink. You can't drink your potion yet because it's not your turn. Mort, it is your turn. What is it that is your action?
I'm not taking it. It looks like it's running away, right? Like
Yeah. It looks like it's just running away indeed.
Nah,
I'm gonna leave it.
All right. Right, the creature itself now suddenly stops in the tracks, turns around, and you can see these dark eyes glow. As it decides to, like, jump back, and now jump on Chitin.
Yeah.
As it leaps from the darkness, from the spotlight, you see this form just jump from it for you through the air, and attempts to bite you.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no.
Not like this. Not like this. Not after I just did the best thing ever. I'm running out, heal someone, send it away so we all get opportunity attacks, and then die. It's not even
17 piercing damage
Oh my god,
as
that's
this
my
creature
exact-
lands on you.
No way.
Okay, well, I feel like it probably could have killed me outright, maybe, so at least it didn't do that. Yeah, it's just gonna come in and Chitin's gonna drop like a sack of potatoes.
Like it just jumps
Quite
on
nice.
you, it clamps on to like half your shoulder, healthy like as it drags you down to the ground as it starts growling towards the barbarian.
I probably let out barely a yelp as I was about to explain to Mort that the spell would wear off, and then I'm down.
Alright, Strongwalker. Chitin just
Okay.
went down.
As I see Chitin get dropped by this this beast, I'm raging. I'm just going into a disgusting rage.
All
I'm
right.
just like, and just going crazy. I'm gonna run. Just curiously, I am in rage. If I were to grapple, I've never actually used the grapple mechanic before. How big is this beast?
It's a large beast. It's a large beast.
Okay.
You can grapple it. And I believe while you're raging, you get a advantage on strength saving throws.
Yeah. Now the thing I'm curious, I don't know if it because it's a large, I would just have regular roll. Because as a Goliath, I had the powerful build, which counts as one size larger for everything. I would assume
which doesn't affect this.
Okay.
Like you can still grapple it.
We could. Yeah, I know. I was just curious if that could count me into this category above it as a large to grapple.
No, you don't get advantage because of that. It's purely carrying weight and such that refers to, as the feature specifies. All right. So if you want to do a grapple or you want to do a regular attack.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I was just gonna rage and run at him and try to grapple him to the ground.
All right. Yeah. Make a regular melee attack indeed.
Okay, and
Oh wait, sorry. Hold on.
Rage?
Sorry.
Or is that a check or something?
Yeah, I believe so. Using at least one free hand, you try to seize the target by making a grapple check. A strength check athletics, contested by the target's strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics. Now, you get advantage because you're raging, however the misfortune that you feel gives you disadvantage, so it equals out. So I want you to do a regular athletics check.
Athletics?
Yeah.
Indeed.
20, Jesus. Alright, I'm gonna contest that with my own, which is, I believe this. I get 8. So yeah, like you grab onto this creature, grab it by its throat, half by its body, as you now have it grappled.
Yep.
All
And
right.
all the time I'm like screaming in giant, just random profane. Just fuck you, you dumb bitch. Just going crazy in as I'm raging in giant. So,
All right. Yeah, I rolled a 2. Yep, that happens. Hold on.
Is profanity and giant like vegetable names?
Probably.
All right, so
Peas,
Chitin.
asparagus, potatoes.
Chitin, since you are down, I want you to make a death saving throw.
All right, here we go. Jack of all trades. We're gonna give ourselves a. Is there a death saving throw button?
No, yeah, there's a death saving throw button, but there's no Jack of all trades. It's just a straight up D20. 10 or higher success.
Yeah, I know, but Jack of all trades will give me a crit 20 right now. You ready for it? Boom.
18. Close enough. Close enough, yeah. Add 1 success. Ozzy, your turn.
So just to be clear, Strongwalker has this thing grabbed, right? Like, how is he grabbing him?
Well, like the way that I went in at it, I went in like almost as like a football tackle. Like I just kind of ducked down and I just pulled into it. And I'm hopefully.
So are you pinning it to the ground?
I have it pinned to the ground is what I was doing. I was grappling it down. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna tap Chitin on the on like the wound that he received, and I'm gonna like just the glow from the gem in my gauntlet is gonna sort of surround my hand, and Ozzy just starts to whisper, and I will cast Spare the Dying. And then I'm going to back the fuck up.
I did wonder what the hell you were doing to me as a warlock then. It's like, he has no healing spells. Is he
Stealing your
turning
soul.
me evil? Like,
Does anyone get Spare the Dying?
Spare the dying, but bring me its soul.
Didn't realize Warlock actually got Spare the Dying.
Well, they do when they take the tome.
Oh yeah, because you can then make your own fucking cantrip happen. You're right.
Yaha.
Beautiful.
Nice.
So you went with the cleric
Well,
then for your
actually-
tome.
I might have. Okay, I went too far.
Yeah. So for your turn, you want cleric spells?
For one of them.
Okay. Oh, you don't have to choose a class. You can just choose whatever and then use them on your as a charisma. Oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry. There's a lot of stuff as a DM you have to remember. Sometimes you forget. All right. So that's all your move as Ozzy.
Yep.
What you do? All right, Mort. Your turn.
Mort is going to, I guess, attack.
Go for it.
Is it?
It is currently restrained.
So I don't have advantage, right? I got an 18. Firebolt. So I just kind of step forward and like firebolt comes out of my hand.
All right. Now, since it's grappled, it will give you advantage, but the disadvantage from the misfortune still counts. It becomes a regular attack. So you do 18, and indeed do 4 fire damage, and it does hit. Yeah, the grapple does allow you to strike true with that fireball, as like somewhat first starts to burn. It doesn't seem to affect it too much, though. Alright, now the creature itself starts trying to worm loose from the Goliath. And by the way, Bobby, make sure that you remind yourself that if you're not doing damage or taking damage, your rage will run out.
Yeah.
Yeah, will run out at some point. So, it's gonna try to contest the grapple once again against your check again.
Do another athletics check.
Yeah, I want to make you indeed make a regular athletics check. 14.
Wow, that's low.
23. At this point, the crease just starts shaking wildly as it's able to like just break free from your grip, and takes this moment to not do anything. It just kind of stays there and starts growling at you aggressively as it is probably going to attack you. Your turn.
Okay, I see that this beast is wriggled free. I'm gonna ready edge off my back after this grapple, and I'm gonna swing it up, and I'm gonna try to slash into this guy as I'm raging. And again, this whole time I'm just still screaming and yelling, so this is very loud.
All right, go for it.
Weapons, edge with rage, boom.
All right, and it is indeed with disadvantage because of the misfortune. And rage does not give you advantage on regular attacks. So, however, like this creature broke free, and as you try to slash at it wildly, you swing, miss. Which brings us to Chitin.
My rage is gone then, isn't it? Because I didn't deal any damage. Although I attacked though.
I believe you attack. Like as long as you attack, I believe it is.
Attack. Okay, I think I keep it from that. Yeah, that's
just read up on it and you know I'll allow you to have continue to rage, but in case I'm wrong,
yeah, I'll read it right now just to double check.
Exactly.
I think that's what it is, but I'll double check right now just to let you know.
Chitin, you are unconscious.
Yeah.
You can't do shit. Moving on, Ozzy.
Okay, Ozzy's going to extend his hand, and he's going to stick 3 fingers out, and he's going to sort of like tick off each finger, and you're going to see like this cluster of fire come from the gem in his gauntlet, and he yells, "Espacial!" And he will cast Scorching Ray, all 3 into this guy.
Go for it.
If I don't the window. That's the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Second one.
Alright. First one, the ray just kind of scorches the ground, almost hits Chitin while doing so. But you're able to just control the beam. Unfortunately, your strike missed. The second beam, however, does strike true. As you are able to like just hit it as it tries to jump away, as it takes a little bit of fire damage. The last one, as you go for another scorching ray to try and end its life, you are unable to like connect, as it now starts actively just bobbing and weaving almost, trying to like move itself out of the way of your the rays that you are firing at it. Takes 3 fire damage total. All right.
Okay, and I'm gonna cast Hex as a bonus action.
All right. Which one are you gonna? Which ability are you gonna?
We're gonna say Strength.
All right.
Strength is disadvantage.
Right. Good to note. Put a snail there. Which brings us to Mort.
Mort is going to firebolt again.
Firebolt again.
Disadvantage. So either way,
Yeah, you have this event. Yeah, indeed. The firebolt scorches the ground instead of the creature you aim for. As you're unable to connect with it either. Which brings us back to the creature. As the Goliath, unfortunately, was unable to connect anything. And is severely dangerous. It takes another bite at the Goliath.
Yep.
19.
19 hits.
Alright.
Now, just curiously, before any damage happens, just so you know that this is on my mind, my racial, like Goliath racial, I can do that as a reaction when I take damage, correct?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, so I'm just curious. I just wanted to know that before this happened. Okay.
Like, you should, like...
That is.
But, like, that's one of the things that I wish you, like, you know, should put on your character sheet so I can also reference it. Because it doesn't in the normal player's handbook. It's Elemental Evil, I believe. But yeah, like, you should be able to, like... to say I want to use the 1d12 to reduce the damage.
Yeah, so I was gonna do that as a reaction to this, depending on what happens. So.
All right. Well, in that case, you take 13 piercing damage, which gets halved.
Half, which is still 6, which would still drop me. So I'm still gonna use my thing. So I'm just gonna read it. Yeah, you just use a d12 and add your con modifier to the number rolled. So that's d12 plus 4.
All right, go for it. Go for it. Roll the d12.
12 plus 4.
Oh my god.
So you take 1 piercing damage. You sturdy yourself, connect yourself to the ground, and channel the sturdiness of the rock that you once hailed from, as you're able to reduce the damage to 1 damage taken.
Okay, so I'm down to 5. Beautiful. And I'm gonna mark that off too, that's used.
Alright. I believe it requires a long rest to regain, right?
Short or long rest.
Alright. Which brings us to you.
Okay, yeah, so the second that he attacks, I kind of use my, I don't know how, I don't even know how I would channel that, but just basically, I guess I just try to just use my constitution to just kind of fight through the pain or whatever and not worry about it. But yeah, I'm still raging, I'm still gonna just take a swing right back at this guy with edge.
Yeah, foaming at the mouth.
Yeah, like blood still trickling down, stained all over the place. Swinging back, I'm gonna swing for this guy's legs.
Alright.
With a disadvantage. God damn.
Yeah, unfortunately, it would have been beautiful if you had the case, but unfortunately, even though you feel like your strike is gonna connect, this complete utter misfortune that strikes you with each blow allows you, or makes you unable to connect as your blade just kinda gets stuck almost into the ground. You're able to pull it out with too much of a problem with the strength that you possess, but the creature just dodged out of the way and growls, continues to growl at you. Chitin, you are still unconscious. No death saving throws, you are stable. But you are
dreaming
still...
about how this fight could have gone with Vicious Mockery's disadvantages and all those parts of inspiration.
You have a lovely dream of not dying. Ozzy.
Yeah, not dead yet.
So Ozzy has inspiration from the last session that he was in. We're gonna go ahead and use that, and Ozzy just says,
"Let me show you the abyss!"
and he's, there we go.
Alright, unfortunately, you still miss. Actually,
With
don't.
inspiration?
You don't.
I just
you don't
used
miss.
inspiration! What
You're
the
right,
fuck?
sorry, it counts out. Sorry. Sorry. It counts out. I was wrong. You crit. You crit. My friend, you crit. Sorry. Also, I want you to roll 1d6. I want you to roll
get hex.
I want you to roll 1d6.
Oh, come on!
714.
Over.
How do you kill
What
this
happened?
creature,
I thought you were
Ozzy?
friends with Roll20.
Okay, so as I extend my hand, you can sort of like you know when lightning is about to strike, like it looks like it strikes from the ground first. Like it feels like the bolt connected from the creature to my hand, and I just sort of like turn my hand and yank like hard with the lightning, and you can see like this red after image of the creature just get like pulled out of him, and I get the temporary HP from that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You need to add up that temporary HP as this agonizing eldritch agonizing blast. Oh, you added the agonizing thing to it? Nice. As the eldritch blast just slams into the creature and not just explodes, but just goes through the creature as the very substance this creature made of gives way and turns to dust. It just kind of falls apart in two pieces with a chaotic explosion in between and starts to like rise up, fading into nothing.
And I just sort of like breathe in the after image of this creature, like.
And just the dark energy just kind of like flow to him, and he just kind of inhales them and gains this boon. All right.
Okay. I just kind of like put my hands on my knees and like.
Mort, I thought you were keeping watch.
I said no such thing.
Yes, you did.
We had talked about it, and then you fell asleep, and then, things happened, and it didn't work. Why weren't you keeping watch?
Because we talked about it beforehand. You said you were going to make your bird watch.
I mean, you have a very good point. But no, it just kind of slipped. Just one of those things.
It slipped.
I hear slipped. I hear slipped, and I stand up and turn over. Slipped.
Fall down.
Start kind of feeling at my neck and start walking over menacingly, kind of stretching out my chest muscles as I'm walking towards Mort.
Fall down, lose your footing.
Fall down, lose your footing. As I'm saying, I'm repeating his words. I'm literally grabbing by the waist and lifting him up into the air.
Trip
him into the eye.
You allowed it to happen, Mort? You just let it go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just look at him. No more slipping. I just drop him.
I mean, nothing was agreed upon. I stand nothing was agreed upon. It happened, the things started moving. People started talking. I never got the chance to, do the thing. A little distracted.
Chitin, unconscious on the ground.
I'm rushing over to Chitin, I'm going to shake Chitin. Chitin, wake up. I'm just kind of grab him by I'm just going to take my giant hand and just kind of go in on the front of his chest with all of his clothes and just grab as much material as I can and just start shaking.
90% chest hair. 90%.
Can you imagine that? That's what wakes him up, pulling all the chest hair out of his.
You just have a hand shape missing from your chest hair. A big fucking hand shape.
Well, he's like a 19-year-old half elf. He probably hasn't got much chest hair.
Several hairs, 4 or 5.
He has a chest hair, right?
One's he doesn't really talk about. Oh, God.
Does this wake me up, Ace?
No. I want you to roll 1d4.
Cause damage to me. I probably failed the death save.
Before I kill you.
No. You're not gonna kill him. In 4 hours, you will wake.
Okay, I'm out for 4.
All right, he's out cold. So yeah, I guess I shake him. I shake him again.
Take it easy, big guy. Whoa!
Whoa! Ozzy. He's out cold.
I know, but you're a little bit.
And he, Ozzy slowly cranes his neck up and says, "You're a little bit bigger than him. It's not like you're waking up your brother or something."
And I looked I'm literally looking straight down here, just looking straight down. And as I look straight down, that sense of changing vision from up to that quick change. I lost so much blood when I got crit and had my neck ripped open that I'm lightheaded. So I sort of I stumble into the wall, basically.
Right.
Whoa! Okay, hold on. I have a healing potion, but I don't know if we should give it to you or Chitin.
Chitin seems stable, and I am as well.
I think force feeding Kaiden a healing potion against his will when he distinctly expressed not ever needing one is kind of anti-human.
Oh god, I was thinking that the whole time. I was like, if Whack feeds me that potion, he's never gonna let me live it down.
Never ever.
I kind of say that, and I kind of go, but although, whatever. It's about time he learns to drink a potion, right? It's like swallowing a pill for the first time. He just has to do it. You can't be a man-child. You have to just drink the potion. Up to you, though. I'm not giving him my potion. These are expensive.
As opposed to, instead of feeding him the potion, perhaps we could just take a rest and actually keep watch this time.
I guess I'll keep watch this time.
Why are you giving me that look?
Because you're the reason that he's almost dead.
It's like well past your bedtime, Ozzy. I'm the reason, right? We just choose one person out of the four of us who was supposed to keep watch and just never happened to do
You
it.
volunteered.
You said.
I said I should. Not I will. Definite versus an indefinite statement, Ozzy. You need to learn. Words are important.
I assume position again in the exact same spot where I got attacked before. There's still blood around, and I'm going back to sleep. Because this time I'm trusting that someone is going to keep watch. So I'm passing out again.
Roll initiative.
Oh my god.
No.
I'm so nervous now. I'm afraid that he's like, okay, he's gonna kill me. It's like a rock creature comes
Do you
out.
know how many groups have died from no one keeping watch?
More than I even want to know.
It's a tough learn to have.
Yeah.
But, like, as far as you can see, it's there's nothing else around. Like, there's this weird creature that every now and then shows up wherever you go.
So Ozzy just says to Strongwalker,
Look, I'll take the watch for the first few hours. Maybe then you can take over.
That sounds good, Ozzy.
No, let me, please. It'll be my pleasure now. And like, into existence.
I look slowly at Mort, like with hatred and just
Through the mask, I just wink.
I try and summon up the same rage that Strongwalker was using before, like
it's like eye popping rage.
Like my eye starts twitching, and I'm like,
just shut up and go into the tent, Mort.
No, I'm good. I'll do the thing. Manrock can keep watch. I'll be meditating in my tent. Shouldn't be that much that could surprise us.
Yeah, and besides you're an elf, so you only need 4 hours, right?
What was that?
As an elf, you only need 4 hours of quote-unquote rest.
Of meditating.
And 4 hours of non-physical, difficult, or, intensive actions. Like reading a book or some shit. You can get away with that, but, working out not.
okay, so I guess I would try and set up a fire, just to get like a little fire going, so I could have some light.
All right.
I mean, I have the flint and steel, and I go over to Strongwalker and I just say,
"Can I have some of that tinder?"
Of course. And I take the pack off and just take the tinderbox out and hand it to him.
Maybe we should keep this fire going just in case.
I think it's a good idea. I wouldn't make it too big, but I think it's a good idea that we have something going.
Okay. So, Ozzy would just try and do this for probably like a few hours, maybe like 3-4 hours or something.
All right.
How late is it now? Like when we were awakened? I mean, was it like half the night?
It's difficult to estimate. It was just black as night, but throw a survival check.
Oh God, this is probably going to be bad.
Just Ozzy?
He's the one that's trying to figure out what time it is.
Oh, right.
It's late.
2 hairs past a freckle.
I mean,
It's
I
late.
guess would be kind of curious as to. Well, you know what? No, that's meta. I'm not gonna say that that's the case. Okay.
All he knows that it's very late.
Okay. So Ozzy would probably do like 3 hours.
All right. First watch 3 hours. Normally, I can watch it like 2 hours or so, right? So you take the first watch then, which is 3 hours. Who takes the next watch?
I'll take Strong Walker.
Yeah, I'll take the next one. And I'm gonna use a hit die too for a rest to get some health points back.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be very difficult to get like a full rest at this point.
Would I be able to? Would I be able to roll a hit die as well? Since I was just like,
like
watch.
Later in your watch, like yeah, it depends if something is gonna happen or not. But yeah, you should be able to do it if you just like take it slow and just keep watch. You should be able to consider that to be a rest, and then you indeed can use a hit die. Yeah.
I got 6, so I'm up to. Was that 5? All right, 11.
All right, so like like everybody's kind of like sleeping. Chitin is just laying on the floor in front of his tent. Nothing.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Happened there.
I probably would have gotten like his blanket for him at least and brought the blanket over and like just put it on top of him.
Okay. At least you're not that cold. Even though you lay on the cold, hard floor. But beyond that, like you take 6 hit points, get Strong Walker back. Ozzy gets. You want to use a hit die, Ozzy? 3. All right. Chitin is just straight up out for 4 hours. Like a 2 or 3 hours passes.
Mm-hmm.
Uneventful. Yeah, about 3 hours pass, Ozzy. Your watch has ended.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was my watch at that point, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think that was just the watch right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Ozzy and I'm just trying to like poke Strong Walker.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Yes.
I'm getting tired. I think you should take over.
Okay. Go get some rest. And I shuffle up and prop myself up and just sit there, and I'm looking out into the distance and trying to see anything. Keep watch.
Okay.
You keep watch.
I go back into the tent.
You step over Chitin and get into the tent. Yeah, like your watch, the first hour goes quite uneventful. Like the wind kind of picks up. I would say it's about like 5 a.m. or so at this point, as your watch has gone for an hour. You start hearing some howling in the far distance. Make a survival check.
Okay. Skills 17.
As that howling happens and the wind picks up, you suddenly realize that there is a lot of blood on this field. You have bled quite a bit. Chitin has bled. Ozzy has bled. There's a multitude of blood spread around this area.
And there's a dead beast that's bloody as well.
So. No, that beast kind of like disappeared and faded and dusted.
Okay.
And nobody was like inquisitive about that. But as you realize that, as the wind picks up, you kind of realize that the scent that this blood has left, as well as these people here, that smell is being carried by the wind. And those howls you are hearing, well, those are not friendly individuals bringing you, a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And the
no
fire,
blueberry muffin delivery?
No muffins?
Unfortunately not. And the fire is like, it's a very low fire.
Yeah, the second I sort of hear the howls, and I know you said I kind of know it's around 5, so I assume the sun's going to come up quick. I'm going to stamp out the fire, put that out just so nobody can...
Before you do that, you also realize that fire can probably scare away certain creatures.
Okay, well, at that case, I guess if that's the case, I won't stamp it out. And who's next on watch? I'm gonna go over to get Mort. I guess I was out for what? All right, no, I'm just gonna keep watch then. I guess as you said, it was about an hour in, right?
Yeah, that's supposed to be an hour in. Yeah.
Yeah, if that's the case, I'm just gonna stay there.
Doesn't Chitin wake up after 4?
At 4.
Yeah,
he would be up right now, actually, wouldn't he? Because
he would kind of like wake, like in a daze, like a massive hangover type feeling. Like
mouth full of cold dirt, frozen, injured side. Shall I roll a hit die? Because otherwise I'm getting up on 0 HP.
Like, no, you just wake up with 1 HP.
1?
Yeah, you wake at 1. Like, you just get 1 HP after those 4 hours, and that's why you wake up.
Yeah, I guess I'll like sort of wake up cold, confused. As I start to stir, I'll look up and see this fire and Strong Walker. And what happened there? Strong Walker, where is everybody? Where's the creature? And I'll stop to get back up.
Yeah, I sort of like motion it over and plop down next to Chitin. We slayed the beast. The other two are resting. I'm just keeping watch. You were out for about 4 hours, Chitin. We were worried you weren't going to make it.
4 hours, you're saying? You just left me on the floor. Oh, thanks, buddy. You're best friends, right? I'm glad I healed you for all that neck damage where you would have certainly died.
It was
scared away the beast.
You do have a blanket, though. You do have a blanket.
Yeah,
it's
I
kind
get
of like
this
wake.
blanket on this cold grass floor.
It's cold grass. Oh,
I did rubbing my shoulder where I've got this like horrible wound, blood all over my brand. Oh no, I wasn't wearing my new clothes, thank God. He's still kind of confused though. Like, why wasn't more the watch? What happened?
We had words with Mort. I don't think he cares. Just try not to worry about the cold. It's as hard as that is to do, and you can get back to sleep if you want. And with that, I kind of pass him. I guess he has his blanket on him, or he's already wrapped up.
Yeah, I'm actually going to bring it around myself and sort of like, I'm just going to spend a little time by the fire before I get back in the tent. And like, I'll actually spend like half an hour or so just sitting by the fire, maybe trying to get my wits about me, find out what exactly happened with the creature afterwards. So you didn't actually find out what it was or look at it or anything afterwards, you're saying there, Strong Walker,
It sort of just vanished after we killed it.
Throw a history check for me.
History check?
No, not you, Bobby.
Me?
Brett, yeah.
Oh.
City boy. All right. Let's see if I know what the horrible thing
Like, you're not proficient in it, but...
But it's not like it matters.
A jack of all.
Right.
proficient in everything.
Like, you're not proficient. Like, it's not like you have studied on like every single detail that has happened. However, you vaguely remember the townsfolk talking about a creature that could have technically fit the description of what you saw before you went out. Around the same time, some of the individuals started dying for no reason. Individuals that went out at night alone were either never found or were found severely mauled, and very few citizens claim to have seen a large black dog-like creature with golden eyes and golden feet. Which, you know, like, if you really dig deep into the memory bank of your brain, like, this must something you have heard like maybe like 2 years ago or so. So
I'll relay that to Strong Walker, and like, I sort of remember kind of finding it interesting. I thought it might make a good song one day or something, so I sort of committed it to memory. But this thing sounds a little bit like those stories they told.
It's definitely
it's
worth
dead, so.
It's definitely dead. The thing vanished into a puff. It was like a puff of black smoke, correct?
It's like it broke into two, and then dust kind of made it sliver, go up, and just disintegrate into nothing.
Yeah, so I relay that, like, how
just
it
assume
happened.
it's dead.
Yeah.
I guess I'll probably head back into the tent then, because I'm still kind of banged up and I still need to like rest, and I've got this wound. And I'll promise to take a watch in a few hours, maybe, because Mord can't be fucking trusted, I suppose. I'll crawl over into the tent. I'll also do like I'm glad to see that you're alive. I wouldn't like to be out here alone, even with those two. And then
This guy killed that beast.
Yeah, but I don't trust you as murderers.
Yeah.
Either. or at least like murderer sympathizer type people from the town. So I still don't know what to make of either of you. And Mort just continues to confuse Kite and beyond.
Not just chitin.
I can't get my head around him at
Wrap
all.
his head around that character.
But my head is banging and my shoulder is killing. It did bite me on the shoulder, right? I have like
Yeah, like
destroyed
it jumped on you and slammed you into the ground. It's like bit into like half your shoulder, half your neck. As it tore
I'm
you
gonna
down.
actually take those clothes off and throw them into the fire. And I have a set of fine clothes that I'm just gonna wear from now on until we go back to town, because those clothes are destroyed and they're also covered in blood. And fuck that. So I'll take a moment, quickly get changed, throw my old clothes on the fire, and then, or I don't know. I guess I might ask Strongwalker if we have any use for them. Old tattered, bloodied, an old tattered tunic.
We may find some use for it. Just leave it with me before you burn it.
I give you a ripped, bloodied tunic.
Jot that down.
and then I'll go to sleep.
Right.
Where's the love for the mending clerics, right?
Yeah.
Strongwalker's got a new set of underwear.
New set up.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, new cloth.
All right. So yeah, like you guys, you keep watching. How much longer do you keep watch for?
2 hours is left on my 3-hour watch.
All right. So yeah, like your time goes uneventful. You do hear some more howls as the like the fire is still low, the wind is still blowing, the blood is still present. The like the howling is still just it's you feel, however, that it does get closer. Not dangerously close, but they are slowly moving in.
Yep.
Another hour goes by. Do you use any hit die, by the way, Chitin?
Yeah, I would like to use at least one.
I was
You
going
had-
to use another one of mine too.
All right, yeah, you guys have had plenty of rest. So if you guys want to use hit die, by all means.
Can I blow another one?
Yeah, you can blow as many as you want.
How do I get 14?
Well, I
Oh,
only
that was a
have
4. Rip. No, that was a 14. How did I get 14?
Oh, I'll take that.
Like with a long rest, you get half your hit die back, and during short rest, you can just use as much as you want to heal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But you only have as many as your level, right? So I only have
Yeah,
2.
exactly.
So yeah, I heal back for 8, which is pretty disappointing, but whatever.
Hell yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do. All right, so yeah, you guys just keep going. The watch continues. Like perhaps you reminisce on, or you think on what Chitin was saying, Strongwalker, as you just kind of like sit against the wall.
Yeah,
Feeling
the sun, I assume, comes up too during this, because if it was about 5 o'clock when he woke up, I think, so it's about 7 now. So
yeah, it's about about first light. As you kind of look around, make a perception check.
Okay. 21.
21. As you look around, you do see some wildlife in the far distance. Like there's not a lot of shrubbery or like a lot of forestry that they can hide behind. Like so you kind of see them like low, trying to move through the the temperate hill footlands as they are circling this, or have been circling perhaps this place for roughly maybe for an hour or so. They're still quite away, like they're a good few 100 feet away. But you see like a pack of like smaller wolves kind of roaming around the area that you're now within.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go and wake up Chitin, because I said I was gonna get him after his short rest. And I guess he's in the tent, so I'm just gonna
I'm gonna stop Strongwalker. I'm gonna like come out of the tent like as it's like near the end of his shift.
Okay.
Just let the man sleep.
No worries.
He needs the full thing. Believe me.
That's fine. But come here quickly, Mort. There's something I've noticed.
I stand like Manarok like jumps out of my tent as well.
I've noticed some beasts circling us.
I heard.
So
I'm not asleep in there,
Well, you could have tricked myself. What do you think we should do, Mort, with these beasts?
About the wolves. Wolves travel in packs, but they scare easy. We should perhaps take fire with us as we move.
I think that's
We
a
don't
good
fear
idea.
much. However, on this day,
I think we're coming toward the end of our journey. However, Manrock, in the last 4 hours since I'm bored in my tent, Manrock has been telling me through our game of 2,000 questions, describing said water to me. In a series of yes or no questions that really was not fun at all. But Manrock, he's getting silly. I don't understand
Birds. Birds. What of this body of water? Where?
Well, let me tell you. Montage of Ace describing what I learned.
As far as you can ascertain after having a rigorous, conversation with your raven, there's water. There's a lot of water up ahead. It's that's all he can really articulate. Like, he cannot tell you the specifics because he doesn't have the intellect or the capability to do so.
But it would have been like a series of super stupid yes or no questions. Be like, okay, well, does it go around? Is it this shape? Is it this shape? Does it have water falling into it? Like, it would be like all of that.
And all of that would be very difficult for him to ascertain because... Roll a random d20 for me.
Okay.
Is the water in the same direction as the footprints that we're tracking?
I thought it was to north.
The water's more towards the north, apparently. The foot tracks went to the east.
Okay.
Yeah, like, the only thing you can really ascertain is that there's water up ahead, like a lot of water up ahead.
Okay. So I'd take my mage hand and like start drawing in the sand with like a finger, like a rough map of things.
Okay.
And if I start doing like a couple of estimates of like what this water could be. He said he couldn't fly across it so well. I mean, you can go to sleep. I'll do this. Don't you worry. Me and Manrock will take this watch.
If you say so.
I don't.
Yeah, I'll pass out for the last little bit of the watch then.
All right, yeah, Mort, you've had a full rest at this point, so you get all your hit points back. Not that you lost any, and you get all your spells back. And you're gonna get it. You didn't even use any spells. So
I didn't use it. I'm just guessing. I'm like making a map, and I'm trying to color in the gray areas that we don't know. Like, I'm guessing, like, if this water is a huge lake, what would a landform look like, given the curvature of where Amarok goes, the coastline? Like, are we on, like, where's the peninsula go? And I'm like, well, if it's an ocean, we kind of look like this, which means we don't know what's in between, like, the Druid circle and that ocean or whatever. So I'm trying to come up with a loose thing on the ground, and then I'll copy that to a piece of parchment to bring back to Anna.
All right.
Anna, Eve.
Like, you have a very rudimentary guessed map at that point.
Yeah.
And time just goes on. Like, yeah, you two now see like the wolves kind of like roam around the place you're in. Like, they're a couple of 100 feet away. Very interesting.
Yeah, I keep the fire well lit. Yeah.
Yeah, it was not burning a lot. Like, if you stoke the fire, you do indeed notice that they don't seem to come closer, but they are still within the area, very interested in what's going on here, and it smells like food, right? Speaking of which, it's probably wise to start eating some rations after all the intensive fighting you have done and walking around. So all those people that wake up at this point, make sure to eat your rations and write those off. But
okay, so how much sleep did I get, and how much did
well, you're still sleeping at this point. So it's difficult to say how much sleep you got when you're still sleeping. But so far, you've probably, you've at least gotten 3 hours of sleep, but you're still sleeping.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I just assume I'd just stay sleeping.
Yeah. And Kyton is pretty much, I suppose that's like its going through his 3rd hour now, give or take.
I would. Well, if I changed out with, he's closing on his 3rd. Yeah.
So like you still like, I would say that you at least need 6 hours of sleep and like 2 hours of just relaxing to get all your spells and hit points back to get that full rest effect, right? Unless otherwise specified if you're, for example, an elf.
Ace, as a warlock, I only need a short rest to get my spells back.
Yeah, or like I said, unless it's otherwise specified, if you're like an elf in terms of like sleeping, or if you're a warlock, in terms of spell casting. So there you go. But I believe we're gonna end our session here in this encampment with 2 people sleeping. One Goliath, slightly annoyed, also sleeping. And
Scarred
more.
neck. God damn it. My neck. I hate to break, like, I could cut you off, but I was so angry. I was like, God damn it, no one's taking watch. You fucking kidding me? I'm getting instant crit to my neck. I'm gonna die. I was so angry. I was like, "Ugh." But I didn't let it show. But it's good now. I'm alive, so we're happy. Thumbs up.
Yeah,
Thumbs
there
up.
you go. It's a lesson that I had to teach. Shit happens like that.
I was thinking about the watch, but I was also just Kite and Vale, who doesn't go out, and just was like, hey, well, I'll leave the watch to Strongwalker or whatever, I guess, that they'll tell me, and then he went to sleep, you know? Yeah. And also, we kind of mentioned the watch with the Raven.
If you go back in the VOD, you'll find me being like, wait, but you guys just kept talking, and then by the time it was like, everyone's asleep, I'm just like, whatever.
Well,
and so now I'm just getting shat on.
The Raven.
Yeah,
you just spelled the Raven.
Right. We're just like covering our
I even did
and I'm just like, okay, whatever.
Like, I even did that, like the poof. I did the poof Raven sound, man. I was in there.
It, but I just figured Kiten wouldn't fucking know what the fuck to do, right?
Yeah.
He's just like sitting in a tent going, yes, let's draw maps. And then go to sleep.
Ever out of the place. Like, I don't know what to do. I'm just going to get some sleep.
He's not expecting a fucking demonic hell beast creature to come out of the night and bite his friend's throat out, you know?
Yeah. Bit rough. Yeah, like these creatures are known to attack individuals that are alone or unaware. Things like that, you know, unwary or wary travelers and such. That's what has been deduced. That's why there's a curfew in the city. That's one of the reasons, so that people don't go out on their own and be like, lol, oh, now I'm dead. Whoops.
Rip.
But nonetheless, to conclude, you guys are 7 hours away from the city right now, going straight north. Supposedly, there's a lot, at least some water, a lot of water, maybe about an hour or 2 hours north from here. And there was a group of individuals moving east. As far as you know, you don't know if it was a scouting party. You don't know if it was just travelers, whatever. Like you were unable to ascertain anything because it was too far away. So that's where we are at. So as I will do experience and such, let's do some shout outs. We'll start with Strongwalker.
Alrighty, what's up, everybody? Strongwalker, Ironchefbobbyflail. Tonight was so much fun. I was a little sad during that, but I guess that's a lesson you need to learn, is to make sure someone takes watch when you're playing D&D and you're camping out in the middle of the forest somewhere no one's ever been before. Probably not just all go to sleep at the same time. So at least we've learned that lesson. But yeah, a little bit about me. Do GT all the time. Stream in the mornings. You can find me on Twitch, all over the place. Ironchefbobbyflail. I'm around. So thank you again for Ace. Everyone in chat, you're all wicked, and Sam and Brad and Chris, you guys are wonderful. So it was great. Till next week. It's a lot of fun.
All right, Mort.
Well, yeah. What's up, guys? Today was fun. I was actually really excited to, like, as soon as we start the quest, and I was like, I knew I wanted to go exploring as soon as Ace brought it up at the start, and I was like, yeah, nothing on the quest board. I'm like, I actually want to see what's out there. Yeah. I want to see more, like, little things, and I'm really curious about that. So every time he mentions something that's super interesting, or your bird finds something interesting, I'm like, okay, I want to see it. I don't care what it is. It could be like a broken statue in the middle of the woods, but that stuff. Oh, I eat that stuff up. And so I was super jazzed. This whole session, it was great. It was super fun. And these gentlemen, of course, always amazing. Beautiful. I'm not worthy at all. But I'm Swargula. I do Dungeons and Dragons bullshit for the most part, and that's about it.
All right. Kiten Vale. Aye.
Kiten Vale, that's my name. Alright, Kiten Vale, kissing the Blarney Stone.
Top of the morning to you, lad.
Amazing episode. That fight was just pure epic. That was Grammy. Like win, lose, or like draw when we was like fighting that thing, or like I was mostly on the ground. I was like, this is awesome regardless, you know. Even if like we all die, it was just an awesome fight the way it played out. So it was really cool. And yeah, exploring is fun. Although I've not been in the world for too long, I'm glad that we're just kind of immediately wandering out. I'm like, yep, down for that. But yeah, like if you want to see me do some more D&D, I do that on Buffwoto, and it's usually Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays that I do sessions where I am the DM. And usually it's not bollocks, but this week it was bollocks. But hopefully next week we're back on it. So on Wednesday, head over to Buffwoto and I'll show you some slightly less serious players who are like, I've got a can of Sprite, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. You got a can of Sprite, fine, whatever. Just get on with it, please. Just do something. But it's the best I can do. Honestly, some of the things they do. I have do you know who Sidecar Angel is on Twitch? She honestly, the shit she comes up with, she's like, okay, I'm gonna just fly through those trees. And I'm like, what do you mean fly through the trees? She's like, I would like to take flight and fly to the moon. I'm like, no, that's not how D&D works. When we said that you can kind of do anything with your imagination, it was still within a set of like mechanical rules. But so it's crazy, but it is fun.
Obsessed with flying to the
thanks
moon.
for letting me play a game. Pretty great. As a pleasure again. Good to finally play a game with Wack as well. We've been dancing around each other, like, hey, let's play games and hang out and make love and just hang out
And make dice rolls together.
and dice rolls and stuff. So yeah, it was a pleasure, guys, and I'll see you next week. Hopefully, I'll do more than just fall over.
You saved my life. So.
Yeah,
I guess he did a good thing at the beginning. Like that whole thing worked out as
we
well.
actually would have been fucked otherwise.
Probably would have died.
I was like, I'll heal him, then I'll dissonant whispers the thing, and it will have to run away. And minimum, we'll all get like an opportunity attack, which kind of worked out. I wasn't planning on the misfortune thing where we had disadvantage, but still, yeah, the one move was good. The one turn I got was good, and then I was like, anyway, yeah, good game. GG.
All right, and Wacksteven, Ozzy.
Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Thank you to Ace for having me, and thank you so much to Swargula, Mr. Ironchefbobbyflail, Mr. Buffwoto, 3 excellent individuals that I get to play this wonderful game with. Thank you so much. They are awesome people. If you don't have them followed, something's wrong with you, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Shamed. I'm casting shame upon you right now. And if you guys want to watch more role-playing stuff, I would love it if you'd come by my channel, and I do a lot of that stuff. And I'm streaming a lot more as well. I'm doing some variety streams, and I'm going to be doing a lot of creative stuff. So if you guys like to watch art and stuff, come hang out. It's Twitch TV/Wacksteven and at Wacksteven on Twitter. And if you want to check out the little trailer that I made for the upcoming D&D show Blood and Mist with Swargula, Ironchefbobbyflail, Mr. Wolfsco-Rar, Zacatecus, and my good buddy Peachy Pixelate, you can check that out. I've got it pinned up at my Twitter. I've got a pretty sick trailer. So have an awesome rest of your night, I guess.
There you go. And then we'll do some experience. Everybody is going to get, let's round it up, 120 experience. I don't think anybody will go level up from that. Or does Mort do?
120?
Yeah.
No, not even close.
Okay. And Ozzy also not close?
Nope.
All right.
I'm always up too, so.
And yeah, like in the wild, there's not a lot of like chance of like extensive, role playing with NPCs and or the creatures itself. So you only guys fought one creature, and there was no quest complete because you're still in the middle of it, right? So, but great things are ahead, literally. So we'll be back hopefully next week.
So many ways to take that literally. It's my brain was just flooded. I was like, "Oh my god, there is so many there."
Oh yeah. You're gonna die. Anyway,
No.
We'll be back next week, hopefully with less torn necks and downed players. May they be forever watchful. We will return. Thank you so much for watching. If you missed a part of the episode, or if you just want to rewatch it or whatnot, or perhaps previous episodes, they are all up on youtube.com/wolfsgarar. Make sure to follow these beautiful people. We have had several links in the chat. And if you want to follow me, I would really appreciate that as well. But for now, I'm going to wish you all a good night. Thank you so much for watching. And we'll be back next week, Monday, 3 p.m. PST, pending exceptions, with more stuff. All right. Good night. We're out.